We got another person that was murdered today. We got another person that lost his life today. Hmm. I don't know what's going on in Minnesota. We don't know what's going on in Minnesota. I looked over the okay. I looked over the uh video. I can't really tell anything. There's the link. I can't really tell anything. I can't tell a thing. Oof. It's just that that I don't like violence. You know what I'm saying? I don't like violence. And I'm one of those people that I turn away from violence when it happens. I turn away from violence because I don't like to see it. And I don't like to see other human beings hurt in that way. Hey, Osmos. Hey.
Hi, HQ. Go ahead.
I don't. I'm completely stunned at that. I'm stunned at this one. What happened? What is your take? Did you watch the videotape?
Like about 4 hours ago, I ended up catching it. Right now, I've been scrolling on these lives today. They losing it. This is a 95% ice all day. So I had to keep going over the videos. I have two angles I kept going through frame by frame. And then I just got a third one from somebody else. And
Right.
yeah, depending on what you're gonna put up a video or you can't play it.
I can't play it. I can't play it. I mean,
Okay.
I can play it to a certain extent, but then that don't do any good, right? Because it's not one of those angles that completely shows exactly what happened. It stops. You know what I'm saying? It stops in the middle of right before, and so
Okay.
you right before, but you can't see. You really can't see anything. And
Okay.
what you can watch, you can't be allowed to have on YouTube. You know what I mean? I mean,
Okay.
so I wanted to see if people who had seen the video, what were your thoughts on the video? What were your thoughts on?
Okay, I got it. My thoughts is that from the explaining it without showing it is hard to say, but from what I've seen in the street, those people were being obnoxious, but that man in no shape or form deserve or in any way should have gotten shot at all. And it just sends me back to the original way of how I know police be acting. It was
Mhm.
they bombarded him. He went up into a shell because he got maced
Mhm.
in the face. As you know, any person who gets maced and pepper sprayed will curl up in a ball. And then it did that thing where they swarm you, where all of them is you can't see if they hitting them or kneeing him, and that kind of
Right.
situation. Since you saw it, and at some
Right.
point, a one cop said he got a gun because he had a weapon on him, and I
Mhm.
think the cop took the gun off of him, but they not communicating. So once one person said he got a gun, I seen one other one pull out and started shooting.
Mm.
And then after that, another one, about three of them shot. So I saw, I don't know what you saw, but I saw three of them started shooting at that point and unloaded into him. And I was like, whoa, that's overkill. Like, Jesus.
So you're saying from what the videotape shows, he
hmm
somebody found his gun before he could even.
Oh, no. So again, if you watch, I can show you the parts where it happened. I got it on my phone, but again, you say you could only play to a certain point. But it's
I'm
like,
looking for it as we go as I go. Say
okay,
it again. Now what
so
happened again?
So when the initiator was one cop, one of the agents, the police have this mentality to back other cops no matter what they're doing. So one guy, ICE agent was Mason. Well, what they was doing first was trying to back off the people that was behind them because he was trying to get in the car two of them were behind that guy. It's a lady in an orange backpack and a white fur coat or whatever the case may be. Now, the
Mhm.
man that got shot was trying to wave cars through.
Mhm.
And then after that, they got in front of a white Hyundai. This lady just got into a car. The cop was pushing them out the street. The lady in the orange backpack fell into the snow. The man that was killed tried to help pick her up, and he was getting maced and sprayed in the face. That agent was being highly aggressive. I mean,
Okay,
super
so I got
aggressive.
this part.
Mhm.
I got this part, but they may not, they may not let you show that so far. So I got this part right here,
I can
right?
tell you where you cannot. You got to pause it from there on out.
Okay.
Chaos on the streets of Minneapolis today. This video showing a confrontation with
You got to
federal
pause it right there.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to. Well, can you open it up and you zoom in? Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen when everybody starts panicking.
I can't zoom in. I don't.
The full screen don't work right there.
Yeah, it works. You want me to go? I just. Ugh.
Yeah, that's fine. So what I'm
Okay.
saying is, you see the white Hyundai, right? The car.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they're focused right there at that lady. Now that guy, well, I can't even point. You got the mouse.
escalating
That
into
guy's gonna turn around.
This lady right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the ICE agent in front of her, over him, he's the one that's gonna turn around. No, to the right.
Right
Yeah,
here.
him right there. He's
Mhm.
going to turn around, and then after, he's gonna be the first one to pull his weapon once he hears there's a gun. And I can't tell if he sets it off or starts shooting. But there's going to be another guy that picks up the gun that was called out and leave from the scene at a different angle. He walks away. But then
Mhm.
two other ones just start shooting. One person gets, I don't know if they panic, but once one person starts shooting, then the other two start shooting. That's what
Uh,
happens.
they're shooting right up on top of each other. Is that what they're doing?
So no, what they do is you get taught to sort of shoot Mozambique. That's the style of shooting. So they
Mhm.
hold their guns inward, and then after they shoot downwards. So they shot downwards towards, like, I guess his neck, his abdomen, headshots most likely, and that's what they did. So they all faced side by side towards each other. But yeah, they didn't shoot each other.
Mm.
One round probably went off when he grabbed the guy's gun. I can't tell you because it's hard to say because of the window and how they do that thing where they pile on each other. I
Mhm.
see that they're falling. The ice makes it hard for them to stand on, so they slipping and stuff.
Mhm.
But again, there's no reason for y'all to be piling on one dude is 670, y'all.
But
And then
it's
after that,
he saw the gun. So are you saying that the gun was not in his back on his? Wait a minute. Where did he see the gun? What do you mean? See the gun?
so if you, this is not the angle you need to start from, but when you see the dude, when he gets pushed and he gets sprayed, what happens is they're shoving him. So when you conceal carry, if they able to like shove you a little bit, and if they drop him to the ground, at
Mhm.
some point one of them witnessed the firearm. I watched all of their side, like, do they have their sidearms around their waistband? I was
Mhm.
seeing if it happened to be their gun. I could see all of their guns on their waist and on their sides. Even if the ones wearing a jacket, you can see the imprint. So I
Mhm.
was like, it's not their gun that he probably wrestled and got or pulled off of him. It was his own gun. And they found out he had a concealed carry. It was his own weapon. But the cop that already took his gun off of him, which was crazy to me, got away because I saw he held the gun. He got it off of him, left the circle at another angle.
Mhm.
But again, miscommunication. They didn't say, he's been disarmed, none of that stuff. He still was trying to ball up. And when police cannot see your hands, they get scared. Thing I like about police is they feel like they're the only ones that can have a gun. They see you with a gun, they act all kinds. They done that shit with me too. They pull guns out on me when I say I have a gun. There's a gun in the car. They be tripping all day. But in this situation, I
Mhm.
swear to God, there's no reason to be around them, knowing that they have guns and knowing that they on a hunt all the time. Why would you even try? That's
Mm.
me. But you can
So
play and
he was disarmed before he got shot.
yeah,
So at least one police officer knew he had taken his gun off of him.
yeah.
Why didn't he announce that he had the guy's gun?
Because they can't see his hands. So when you see how he balled up, how normal people do, again, your eyes are burning and you're balled up and they're hitting you because that cop right there on the further right here,
And the white
yeah,
or
him.
yeah.
He's hitting him against the head with one of the what you call that shit? The canisters that they shoot the mace, whatever they use.
Mhm.
So he hitting him with the butt of that across his head, and then after that, I guess he just couldn't. You getting hit in the head, of course he's gonna stay curled up. So they're trying to pull his arms out. He not letting them pull his arms out, so they can't see his hands.
So you saying there's a way they can get away with this murder?
There's a way? No, I don't. I will say when if it was 50-50 for the Renee situation, the senators, Waltz, or whoever it is they want to speak out against it couldn't because it was 50-50 because there was a car involved. This situation, I said they're definitely going to come out now. They're going to be, oh, yeah, this is 100% ice all day. So that's in the situation where, yeah, those guys definitely going to have to be held accountable.
So you say, so first of all, walk us through the beginning of the video. The beginning of the video, you said, why didn't they take the gun when he was already standing up and they were pushing him back?
That's not what happened. They piled on. Again, police have to walk in a formation, or they say ice like is different, but they have to back one another. So the dude that was initially spraying the man in the face,
okay,
he was trying to get them out the street. He shoved the lady onto the ice in front of that white car. The guy, I forget his name because I just seen it like 4 hours ago. He went to help the lady and help her get up. Then the ICE agent came in aggressively, starting to spray him in the face. When he was doing that, I was like, buddy, need to elbow that cracker in the face. Like, he doing too much. You shoved him out the street, got him out the street, that was in the way, okay, no problem. But now you following him, trying to like basically shove the pepper spray in his nostrils, all in his eyes, just trying to just paint him up. I mean, it was irking me how he was doing that. Then the dude couldn't see. So he trying to like turn away and still try to help the lady, and he started slipping and he fell. And then the other two agents came to try and grab him, and they was trying to like, I guess, put him in handcuffs. And then he fell, and then they was trying to just pile on him and put their knees down on him to keep him restrained. And again, they just doing stuff. Nobody's talking, nobody's communicating. He probably saying stop resisting. And then this guy went to hit him in the head over there and kept whacking him. And then he not pulling out his arms. He can't lay down on the floor because you feel like you getting hit. You get me? So you can't spread out to be able to put your arms out. Your face is burning. So you balled up. So all that's going on. You got a gun on you. I don't think he told him, I have a gun on me. I have a gun on me. One of the cops said, he's got a gun. He's got a gun. And then at some point, when one cop pulled the gun off of him and left that little circle there, the other cop who was thinking, oh shit, he got a gun, he tried to, I guess, pick himself up, and then the cop shot him. He was like, he pulled out his weapon and started shooting. That's the cop right there that's about to turn around. I think he's the first one to draw. He's the first one I see immediately turn around and draw.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. So I'm trying to find a different angle of that shooting.
I can
put it in the back chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in the back chat on my other phone.
You can do it. You can put it. Wait a minute. Can't you do it through your phone, or you can't?
No, I have my other phone here next to me.
Okay,
I'm gonna use my other one because if I go in and out, I can go in and out if you want me to.
See, I don't want to. I definitely don't want to see right up close on it. But I see the different angles. I see different angles of it now in this one video. In the one video, this is different angles right here that they have, and some of them are real close. Like this one right here is real close.
Agents surround.
Oh, no! Don't show that. Don't show that. That's right up. That's right up on it. Oh.
Yeah, on the left side, they're gonna sort of start shooting. Not right this moment.
This lady right here in the pink is right up on it. You see what I'm saying? She's right there.
Yeah, I got her camera angle. I was watching from her angle.
So she got to see it. So you can see the angle. You can definitely see X, Y, and Z. So you're saying that? Are you saying this is murder?
All day, yeah.
You had to call it. It would be considered. Okay.
Yeah.
If you had to call it,
Yeah.
that's what it was called. Because the man, I mean, my understanding is why was he? What was he doing before they attacked him?
He was basically at a distance. He wasn't even up close to them, to be honest with you. He was more than like 20, 30 feet away from them. He was directing traffic. That's all he was doing. And then after that, that lady in the pink right there that's recording, she turned away slightly because I think she almost fell because of the eyes, but she turned away and she turned back. And then the cop was shoving the lady, the one in the orange backpack, in front of that Honda, and she fell on the snow. He walked over to try and help her and to get the ICE agent off of her. He pushed the ICE agent off of her, and the ICE agent got mad, started spraying them all up in his face. And then the guy turned away because he couldn't see, and then he still kept trying to spray him down. And then he had to bend over. Then another cop came over to try and detain the guy or put him down, restrain him, and then he fell. The guy tried to pick up the lady, and he fell trying to pick her up, and then they just got more aggressive with him, more so than her. And then after that, that's what happened. It just kept going. And then those guys didn't talk about, like, what are we doing here? Why are we going after him? Should we let him go? I don't see none of them. They just started grabbing because the guy that was with the pepper spray kept going. They just follow suit. He get aggressive, they come follow suit, get aggressive. Wherever he at, they just agreeing with him. Again, that's the police thing that they do. They just back whatever the person that initiated do.
Oh, okay. So as far as you can see, as far as I know, we got a case, we got a strong case of that. But if you look at the other case, with Renee Good, you look at that case, right? And that case is a little bit ambiguous. It's a little bit ambiguous, but it's not if you really look at it. Because I read the report today. I read the report and brought it to the internet. I read the report I read the autopsy. There you go. I read the autopsy. And the autopsy said she was shot 3 times. Of course, we know that 3 times. And she was first shot. They can sort of tell by the way she was turning that she was shot in the arm, then shot in the breast, then shot in the head. She was shot in the head. The third shot was shot in the head.
So with that situation, I said that if they did do that, I wasn't with them when they didn't let that physician try to resuscitate or anything. That's when I thought it was an issue when it came to that. You can't say how you're going to be able to shoot somebody the right way when it comes to a shooting. Right. Because again, is this a situation to deter the threat? What you hit and where you hit, you cannot really decide based off you. He knew a good position. She's sitting down. There's so many ways where you can't really know how it's going to play out in that matter.
Yeah, but look at it this way. There's many indicators that there's many gates. Let's put it that way. This is simple to explain it. There were many gates that the policeman could have stopped at that he didn't.
Oh, yeah.
He could have stopped. When he was filming, and he changed the camera, changed the phone from its right hand to his left, and he was pulling the gun out of his holster even before he stopped in front of her car. So why did you pull the gun out even before you stopped in front of her car to make her stop?
Well, you focus on that. If you go into that conversation, that becomes something different. Because again, you're not an officer, I'm not an officer, but I'll try and rationalize the situation. When they are doing something, cops try to do stuff in A and B. So the cop on her left-hand side, that was toward the driver's side where Renee was, told her to get out of the vehicle.
Right.
Knowing how police work in law, this is a lawful command that you need to follow.
No, not from ICE.
They're still police regardless. In certain situations, they are allowed to actually. She's just obstructing traffic, breaking the law. Again, I don't want to get into that, but I'm just following suit. So if she's doing that and you're asked to get out of the way and get out of the vehicle, and you don't do that, you are now disobeying a lawful command. So once you do that, Now, the other officer, the guy with the camera you're talking about, walking around, has to support the officer who has initiated a command. So when he goes around to be able to help him, that's when her partner tells her, drive, baby, like go, and not do the lawful command she was just given. And in the midst of doing that, she gassed it. He didn't engage where the cop was correctly, and his dumbass got in front of the car. So that's why I say this is both of them at fault. For one, him getting in front of the car, and then two, for her not looking and not listening. The fact that you just didn't stop and get out the car was another thing. And then after that, she hit him, and he responded by shooting. So that's both of them are at fault in my eyes. In this scenario, completely different.
So, and you see how, and that's how you see it. And see, this is how I see that Renee Good story. The Renee Good story. First, she was heading a certain way. Yes, she was in the middle of the road, turning around. Something stopped her, and she turned mid-turn in the middle of the street. Police and everybody else could go past her. She waved 2 or 3 cars past her. She waved two or three cars past her first. Then the ICE pulled up. ICE pulled up. Get out of the car. Why am I getting out of the car? I told you to go by me. I was going by you. I'm getting out of the way. Get out of the car. Why am I getting out of the car?
Well, you got to get out of the car.
Hold on. Let me explain my side of the story. I'm looking from the ICE. I'm looking from, you're not a lawful policeman. You're an ICE agent, not a lawful policeman. And I haven't broken the law.
Yes, you have. They're federal law enforcement.
How am I breaking the law? By turning around?
No, you're in the street traffic, blocking them from moving. They've been trying to get past. That's how you're.
What I'm explaining to you. I'm explaining to you. She's not in their way.
Yes, she is.
All the cars had already went in front of her.
They only let civilians pass through. They were trying to get in the way of the ICE agent vehicles.
Wait a minute. How do you know that?
I watched the video from the beginning. When you saw the video from the beginning,
they didn't stop anybody. They let every person that wanted to go through.
No, they didn't. They let regular civilians go through. They waved them.
And that's not even on the videotape. So how do you know?
Because I watched it. She drove a Honda CRV. It's a purple car. She let a white truck go first, and then another car. And then when they tried to go, she pulled forward. And then after that, they was like, "Yo, get out of the street." And when they tried to go the other way, she backed up that way when they tried to go that way. And I'm like, bro, now you're just being a nuisance. So then that's when the cop started. He got out the car. He walked up to her.
Let me tell my side. Are you gonna tell your side again?
No, I'm just following why I'm seeing how they did what they did.
Tell my side, or are you gonna tell your side again?
Go ahead. I'm not telling my side. I will just.
So I'm saying, from my perspective, they could have went around her, but they didn't. So here we are. We are here. We are there. They get out of the car. Get out of the car. Why do I need to get out of the car? This is the conversation that I would have. Okay, fine and dandy. I'll just move my car. Not a problem. I'll just move the car. There's a policeman outside the car filming with a camera. There's no danger because nobody else has the gun out. Nobody else has anything out. We're filming for posterity. So if you're filming for posterity, when did this become a danger situation for you? I don't see any danger for you because I'm not trying to do danger. I'm not trying to present any harm to you. I'm turning my car all the way to the right to get out of there. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get out of there before I get arrested, before anything happens. So let me get the hell on. There's the policeman. I don't see the policeman. He has a camera. He's walking around the car. Before you can get to my car, before you can break my window, I'm trying to speed off. I'm not looking at you standing in front of my car. Why are you standing in front of my car? You have gotten in a shooting stance already. You're in a shooting stance in front of my car. So you mean to detain me. Why are you detaining me? And I am not an illegal alien. I am an American. You already have my license plate, which is what my wife said. My wife said the license plate is going to be the same when you come find me. Come find me when you find me at home, because the license plate is not going to change. So what made you make the determination that you were going to pull out the gun before I even did anything, before there was any kind of danger? Because you're flipping the phone from left to right. Obviously, you don't feel threatened because you have the phone in your hand. You're filming. You pull the gun out before I move. My car is twisted all the way to the right. I didn't know you were going to get in a stance and start trying to shoot. Let me get the hell out of here. You fire off a shot. You hit me in the side. You hit me in the shoulder. And then you shoot me in the face. Knowing that you're not supposed to shoot in a moving car. That is going to be a part of the evidence that you shot me 3 times. Did my leaving rise to the level of you ending my life? Did it rise to the ending of you, rise to the fact that my life ended at that particular point? The wife said, you can come find me. The license plate ain't going to change. I'm not an illegal alien. Why are you harassing me? I understand that we turned around in the street. I understand all of that. But it still didn't rise to the level of you pulling a gun out and ending my life, an American life. You can even almost justify ending the life if it was an illegal alien trying to run. But I'm not an illegal alien. And people keep saying, she was angry. She was trying to run him over. His videotape dispels all of that, because she said, I'm not angry with you. I'm just moving away. I'm moving around, sir. What? I'm just leaving. I ain't mad at you. So you can't stand on she was angry and trying to run him over, because she wasn't trying to run him over. So therefore, that leaves the justification for him pulling out the gun. I get it. You feel as though a dangerous weapon was coming towards you. But this is what I cannot get past. You had the gun out before I even pulled forward, because your phone says that you flipped the phone from your right to your left, and you were pulling the gun out of your holster as you were walking, which meant that you were going to get in my face with a gun regardless of whether I pulled forward or not. So you had the intent of pulling the gun out on me before I even made a move or a muscle. That's how I looked at it. And then I asked myself, did what she do, block the road, did that rise to the level of you pulling a gun out? And it didn't. And what supported that theory, what will support that, is the fact that you shot 3 times when you didn't need to. Why did you shoot 3 times when you, and people say, rapid, blah, blah, blah. 3 times, rapid, shoot. Why did you feel the need to shoot when the level of threat was not that high? And you're trained not to be impulsive. You're trained for restraint. You're trained for all of these things. She was not and then you come out and then everybody has a theory of her being a terrorist. And just because I don't obey your lawful order doesn't mean I deserve to get killed.
Now, the thing about the theory about her being a terrorist, the problem is like people don't care about anything about like your prior stuff till there's a reason to use it. It's all political. Like people don't care about nothing I do until they go in to see my track record, Grand Theft Auto, possession of firearms, possession of intent. They don't care about nothing like that until it's a matter to try and use it. So the stuff that they bring on after the fact don't really matter. So calling her a terrorist is not necessary in this matter because it don't have nothing to do with the current situation at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, the second shooting, it may be a clear-cut thing. I don't know, because it looks as though we have 6 human beings wrestling one guy. You had already sprayed him in the face. If you sprayed him in the face, why did you need to throw him to the ground, do all of that? Why couldn't you have patted him while he was standing up? Why couldn't you have patted him down? He was blind already. He couldn't see. He couldn't do anything. You could have subdued him right then without having him on the ground. Why didn't you all do that? You could have threw him over that white car, and he could have been bent over that car and out of commission with handcuffs on. Why didn't y'all do that? Because you could have did that. That would have been simple. Because we've seen that before, right?
That's true. They could have, like, in all like kinds of matters. I'm like, you could have dealt with this differently. Don't take that many guys, but one guy recording, all day excessive.
Right. I mean, I don't want to say clear cut. I don't want to say that at all. I mean, people say, well, they knew he had a gun. They disarmed him before he got on the ground. What was he doing? He was filming something. He was filming something before they messed with him. Why did they come and harass him? That's the question. Why did they come over there and harass this man? Was he saying something? You said you saw a video before that. What did you see on the video at the beginning? What was he doing? Can you tell, or you can't tell?
I can definitely tell you he was away. Like, he was just recording. I said he was guiding traffic.
Oh, he was guiding traffic. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a car trying to pass where they're standing at. It was cars passing. It was one black car passing through, and then after that, he waved it through just to make sure those other people didn't get hit. Like I said, I have it on my phone here.
So he wasn't messing with ICE. He was just waving other people.
Nope, he wasn't trying to really. Again, I don't know what he did all day or at other times during this protest, but in this video, he wasn't near ICE and none of that stuff. He just went up to help the lady because the ICE agent got on the lady when he shoved her, and he went to go pick her. He went to push the ICE officer off of her. That's what I see him do. Other than that, no.
Okay. I think I saw that part. I saw the part where he was trying to help her off the ground, but he couldn't really see. So he couldn't really see. So it was like the blind leading the blind, because the officer sprayed her straight dead in the face, and then straight dead in the face. And if you know anything about pepper spray, you ain't doing too much. Once you get sprayed, you just ain't doing too much. And he sprayed immediately before that. But an officer took his gun.
You want me to pull it up for you so you could? I got it right here.
You said the officers took his gun.
Yeah. So let me share it to you, or you want me to put it on my camera?
Put it in the.
But it's on TikTok. I don't know if you can pull up TikTok on there.
Yeah, I can. I don't know. We can try.
Okay.
So you say he can. So you say he was disarmed. People said he was disarmed before they did whatever they did. So if he's
no, he wasn't disarmed before. He was disarmed during all of that stomping and stuff they was doing. During that is when I saw this guy freeze frame the shot of the cop moving away, and then after that having the gun that was on him.
And so they see, I can't. He was just a nurse out there minding his biz.
He wasn't minding his business. He was up there trying to help protest. Again,
Yeah,
but that's still no reason why you should be getting
yeah,
killed at no point in time. That's cause for you to die.
right. And see, this is a very, very volatile situation that's going on in Minneapolis. Man, they're gonna make them people stop working. They're gonna make those people stop working, that's for sure.
I don't know how they can sit there and do that.
I mean, they're gonna make those people not want to do nothing. Okay. I don't want to see none of that. The thing is that I see the lady. I'm trying to get. Oh no, we can't even do it. Hello, officer took the gun, but the others couldn't. Oh, somebody in the audience. Hello, is that you, Osmos?
Yeah, I was putting it. I had to go on my other phone so I can paste it for you.
Let me see. Let me put it on the stage. Okay. There's one.
Oh, that's me. That's just a stream link. Hold on. This thing is freezing.
It won't let you get actually. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it on somebody else's. Let me look. Here.
No, it's fine. It's like frozen because I'm using the other phone to be in here as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, somebody says in the comments, the officer took the gun. He was disarmed, then shot 5 times after being disarmed, and on top of that, he had his legal gun holstered. Officer took the gun, but the others couldn't hear because of the whistles and the car horns. They were yelling, "Where's the gun?" They were yelling, "Where's the gun?" Yeah. It keeps putting you. It keeps putting you on the stage instead of putting. You should be able to share. You should be able to share a video. Share a video. Can you share the video to me? Share it to me. It's all
Number. I can send it to that number you got.
Yeah.
Because I put in the chat. It don't show anything. They say 3 people. I tried to put in the comments. It says the comment here is failed to post.
Okay, hold on. I got that one. I got the one that was in the back. Hold on. Let me look at that one. Okay. I got the one that was in the back. Hold on. Let me see. Let me put that on. Where the hell is the video? Let me see. Oh. I gotta put that in. Hold on. Let me put that together. Hold on. Okay. Is it okay? Okay. Wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out, do I got it or I don't have it? Let me see. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Wait a minute. This don't show everything, right?
No, it don't. This is where the guy is at from the right side. He's going to be on the right. This is the lady in the pink jacket you saw.
Okay.
There he is right there on your left. That's him.
Oh, that's him right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Go.
Okay.
There he is, way away from everything.
Okay. He's directing traffic.
Yep. Let one car through.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
And then they start pushing him out of the way.
No, the lady right there. Then he go to help her. He's getting sprayed in the face. The guy pushed him. He trying to pick her up.
Uh-huh.
He's spraying him some more. And now he pull him.
So he wasn't even trying. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, hold on. He ain't even trying to engage ICE. He wasn't even dealing with ICE at all.
Mm-hmm.
He was minding his own business, directing traffic through the streets.
Mm-hmm.
He was just directing traffic.
Yep.
Let's go from the beginning. Hold on. This is him in the tan jacket right here on the left-hand side. Okay,
yep.
right there. Wait a minute, where is he at? He had his phone. This is him right here. He was filming. That's all he was doing. This is him right here with the jacket in the middle of the street. This is his shadow. Okay. So and this is the lady with the pink. So he's just directing traffic, telling them to stop, get out of the way, blah, blah, blah. and he's trying to make the lady get out of the street. He grabbed the lady and walked her out of the street away from the police. That's what he walked her with.
The guy got pushed. I mean, the lady got pushed.
So ICE attacked them.
Spraying them. You see about a spray, the pepper spray, mace, whichever one in his face that he just spewing.
They spraying him. All of them. Okay. So he had his phone out. He wasn't doing anything except
assist the lady. Yeah.
Assisting ladies across the street. Assisting the one lady. She looked like a black lady. I can't tell. Assisting the one lady across, the lady that's standing on the ice right now, standing on the snow right now. He assisted her across the street.
Yeah.
The lady who had the pink backpack or pink something is on the ground.
Yeah, they fall. They can't stand properly. It's hard to get your stance in that snow and this mush.
And they were on his face. Okay. Wait a minute. So this is okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. This is a video. This is him. Okay.
So wait, right there you see they're behind ICE and he wants to establish. That's him. So those two over there, like too close to the ICE agents. Yeah. So they're in the street and they're behind them. And that's the thing about police. They want you to not take their attention away from what they're doing. That's one thing police in general always establish. You don't get too close and stop trying to get their attention from what they're doing. Anyway, the guy back here just focused on trying to let the cars come through. And then after, at some point, I don't know, because the camera does turn away, but them ladies end up closer off the street towards there. And then the guy keep pushing them, getting them off. And then that's what you see happen.
So he's directing. That's all he's doing is directing traffic. He ain't paying ICE attention. He just got his phone out. And this is the lady who's filming. She got on pink. He's right.
She's trying to get on the snow.
Right. So he's going over to grab the ladies and get them out of the street. Okay.
Well, ICE is trying to get them off.
He's saying, y'all get off the out of the street. Get out of the street, ladies. Get out of the street. So he's walking the two ladies over through the snow. And then the ICE agent pushes the lady.
Yep.
And he said, you don't need to push her. So he's being sprayed. They spraying everybody.
And mind you now, there's a person in that car right there. In that white car, the white lady. Now, if she was serious, she could have ran their ass over. She felt like, oh, y'all doing too much. But she ain't intervened. She just sat there in the car. You saw her get into the car at the beginning of the video too and just start the car and wait.
Oh, wow. So he was not dealing with them at all. He was helping the two ladies back across the street out of the snow to walk, because I was born in Illinois. I was born and raised in that kind of weather. So I know how to walk in it. I know how to stay out of the weather. I know to carry salt seeds around with me so I won't fall down. Right. So this is what he's doing. He's actually helping the two ladies. Let me do from that point on. Okay. From that point on, he's directing traffic in the street, ain't paying attention to ICE. He's helping the lady because the ladies almost fell in the middle of the street. She looked like she fell. So he's helping the ladies back across the street.
Yep.
Ain't paying attention to ICE at all. Iceman pushes the lady down. Boom. They start spraying. The ICE spraying everybody. Boom.
Yep. Still spraying the guy. He get more aggressive with the guy more than the lady. And the other agent, do you see the other agents don't know? No one's talking. They just coming to assist the ICE agent, regardless of what he doing and how he acting. Like I said, that's a police thing. They don't care what's going on, whether or not you didn't do anything. They just helping what the officer initiated. If you go back, you see how many of them start walking over there? When it's one spraying, the ones behind them don't tell them, hey, okay, that's enough spraying. Nobody do none of that stuff. The guy fell. They trying to grab the guy, and then they get on the guy. Continue going.
See, and I'm just going back because I want people to understand that this man didn't do anything to get arrested for. He didn't do anything. There's a person getting in their car. They just got in their car. He's directing traffic. The lady in pink. He's directing traffic. He ain't doing nothing but directing traffic. Hold up. Let me go to get his ladies so they won't fall. And then there's an ICE agent walking up on the lady. He pushes lady, bam, spraying everybody, Everybody trying to stay away from him, trying to get her up off the ground. Agent grabs him, yanks him, pulls him. Wow. So they did all of that.
Mm-hmm.
They did all of that.
Now you got the other angle. You can look at the other angle, but the other angle don't really show you much. It's like almost like the first one you had, but it's from the opposite side inside the cafe.
Okay, hold on. No, the angle that you gave me, the angle right there shows that the man wasn't dealing with the ice at all.
Yeah, he wasn't.
The man, and even when they sprayed him, he still went over there to try and help that woman. You see
Yes,
that,
he
right?
did. Yeah.
He went over there to try to help that woman. Okay. Wow. That's even better. That's even more of a clear cut case of you all grabbing that person and then murdering. You murked that dude for no reason.
Yeah, it went from excessive force to excessive lethal force.
Y'all, and you murked that dude for no reason.
It's not, yeah, you could say that, but it's the fact that it's 3. One started shooting, 2 more started shooting. That's the part from, again, you can't see it from here. But if you look at it off camera and then you see in the other angle that 2 of them start unloading their clip, you're like, damn, what the hell? Did y'all even see the gun, or did you even see him try to shoot anybody? Why all of y'all got guns and y'all got vests and y'all that scared of one person? It's 6 of y'all, 7 of y'all.
Yeah. They took him all the way. They took him all the way out the door, and they didn't need to do that at all. This is the other angle.
Yeah, that's the other angle. You're not going to be able to see. But again, when see him hitting right there in the head, that dude is hitting him in the head with the butt I was telling you. See that guy running? This ICE agent where your mouse is at, he has the gun. He has the gun right there. He took the gun off of him, and he's going to start running around to the back of the car. But if you go back right before he started running, he already got the gun off of him. But they don't know that. So one person had already said, "Oh, he got a gun. He got a gun." But
they already shot him. They shot him. They already shot him. Even before they screaming, but they had already shot. That's I don't want to say. I'm not even gonna make that judgment. All I'm saying is I saw a dude who didn't do a thing. This is what I saw. I saw this right here. I saw a dude directing traffic. Everybody, you cannot say you didn't. This is the dude directing traffic right here in the brown. And the lady in the brown, the lady in the white jacket, and the other women. The lady in the other jacket, the 2 ladies are coming across the street. So he went to go grab the lady, walk her across the street, pushes the lady. That's the ICE agent. ICE agent pushes that lady. The ICE agent instigates all that stuff. He's not even involved.
Yeah. So again, all of them in this regard, so that they have fought in the sense where they're gonna have to be held in like court, go through a whole legal process and explain their actions on what they did and why they did it. Because they at no point was helping the matter at hand. If they was on a case, if they was hurting somebody, they did too much. Especially the guy that started with the spraying and the pushing. He the instigator, caused all of this leading up to that man getting killed.
This man, I don't care how you look at it. These 2 women talking to ICE agents, 2 women talking 2 Point crazy. Of course, it was the 2 women. He's standing in the middle of the street. This is the lady with the pink. He's standing in the middle of the street, waving traffic through. Then he goes to help the ladies to the sidewalk because the police are coming after him. So he go and help them to the sidewalk. pushes. The ICE agent instigates that.
Yes.
The ICE agent instigates that whole assault. The ICE agent does that. And that's going to be critical. That's going to be critical in that shit.
Yeah, the body cam's gonna come out in probably like another 48 hours.
Right here. Right here. He's standing there. He pushes that lady. He's helping. This dude in the brown is helping this lady get across the street. There comes the ICE agent, pushes this lady in the white. Boom. No need to do that. You ain't gotta do that.
Here's the thing that was irking me, because again, anybody, if you know you've been in a tussle with somebody and there's more of you, not one person is trying. If you're gonna restrain a person, they're not grabbing legs because his feet are there. They're not trying to lay him on the ground. One's just beating him in his head while he curled up because again, your eyes have been maced. You know, your sense is not all together right there because you fell on the floor and now you're getting beat across the head. Of course, you're gonna tuck yourself in. Now, if they see a sidearm on you and you didn't tell them, hey, I have a gun on me, okay, stop, look. So we not there. So until I can hear or we play a body cam angle to hear what are they saying? You bitch, you motherfucker, you this and this and this and that, or whatever they be trying to say. Because again, I still look at them as police regardless. Police do grimy ass shit when there's more than one of them.
Hold on. This is the goofy shit that needs to stop. This is the goofy shit that needs to stop. 77% of the country does not want this stuff to happen. 20% is the goofy that want this to happen. Nobody wants this shit to happen except goofy ass motherfuckers like you. 70% of us do not want this shit to happen.
That's a weird take. That's a weird take. Because again, every person you're gonna talk to don't want this bullshit right here. None of these people want this bullshit. And so I'm not for them trying to get in the way of ICE, and I'm not for ICE trying to beat up the people and shoot them. So again, I'm for them doing their job if people let them do their job. Because again, this is a domino effect. This all started because Nick Shirley just wanted them to stop the fraud. We so far removed from that now, it's ridiculous that people don't understand the origin of why this is going on.
He pushed her. That agent pushed her. That agent is spraying them all in the face. And then decide you're going to grab him. You grabbing him. Why you grabbing me? I can't see. I can't do jack shit. Then they start grabbing him and whooping his ass.
Yes, they do. They pile on him. I tell you, they do that thing where they try to like hover him and do like a bee thing where they surround him. Now look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 people. One is on his back with his knee on him. The other one, I'm like, nobody's doing nothing really to restrain him for real. Just letting the other dude wail on him. And I'm like, how is that the effective way to restrain somebody? And then now he gets shot because he have a gun. What y'all gonna do?
What he didn't or he didn't do. That's what y'all don't get. It don't matter what he did or he didn't do. It still didn't rise to the level of them shooting him. I keep saying that, and I'm gonna continue to say it. The violence was too far gone. He did not do anything that made it a fatal plea for it to rise to that occasion.
That's true, but it's true. I'm gonna say, because again, in the female perspective and the woman's perspective, when it comes to men, we all know that shit. But it's just again, you dealing with police. They scare motherfuckers when other people got guns. That's all I'm saying. In my own take, like when they know another motherfucker have a gun, they get scared. Like, so it's like if they'll beat on him right there all day until he black out and shit because they don't got a gun on him. When they realize they have a gun, now they scared. Even with 5 other dudes with guns and body armor on them, now they get some kind. Now they trigger like hey, what if he shoot me? Oh my god! But if they don't got a gun, yeah, beat his ass, kick him while he down. Just keep going at it. That's what I'm seeing. But again, the moment we have the gun, that changed the whole scenario.
Yeah, but he didn't pull a gun out.
He didn't. They just the fact that they aware of one is there. I'm telling you, dealt with police enough. Just the fact that they know that there is a weapon, they are not comfortable. They're gonna draw on you immediately. That's just how they get. That's police. It's not the ICE thing. That's just a police in general thing. Compared to like when you in open carry states and you from a distance from them, is different. They're in close proximity, surrounded, and they do not know in their minds. They think in an extreme case, they don't know if he gonna just shoot him in the leg or he just gonna start blasting and a random bullet. That's how they think when they hear he got a gun, he's got a gun. That's how they think. So one quick to draw a gun, the other one looking to see where, one probably pulled the trigger by mistake because they all over each other. Yeah, and you can't tell with this.
See, this is why this is how, see, they wailing on him, wailing on him, wailing on him, wailing on him. And I don't understand why you felt the need to shoot. How y'all all felt the need to shoot. All of y'all felt scared. See, I can understand the first video with Renee Cook. If they all decided they were gonna pull a gun out because they all felt danger, but they all didn't. So why did all of these people feel the need to pull a gun out when they all had him surrounded, kicking his ass, doing everything that they needed to do? How did they feel that their life was in danger enough for them to pull a gun out?
Yeah, entirely. I don't get how you feel like you threaten when the man is down, beaten. And when the white lady was screaming like, "Oh my gosh, you're killing us." I'm like, niggas been saying that for the past 30, 40 years. Like, they're killing. I'm like, bro, that's how we be saying that shit.
Well,
I haven't seen this angle. This is a different one.
Hey, this is another one. I don't know where this is angle. See, I ain't finna. Come on, now they pulling them. They pulling. See, this one is off because they not keeping it on. Okay, kicking them. They stomping them. They stomping them. Right? You stomping them, but you feel. What do you feel? Afraid.
They feel fear. Afraid. I don't know. They feel afraid.
And you're afraid enough that all 4 or 5 of y'all pull out a gun and shoot this young man in his life. Hey, look, this shit been happening to black folks all the time, and folks look up and say just what they saying. Oh, well, you should have kept your ass at home, or you should have did X, Y, and Z. Hey, then the goose was good for the goose is good for the gander. You should have had your ass at home. Renee Good should have had her ass at home. All that good stuff. But
they crashing out when it come to white folks. When it come to two white people get murked, oh my God, everybody.
Look, we understand getting murked, and we don't freak out about it because that shit is standard in some areas. Okay,
Yeah.
that's standard in some areas for black folk. So we don't freak out about that. All I'm saying is all y'all white folks. It's time for y'all to do something about it. You don't like what's happening on the screen. You don't like what's going on. It's time for y'all to do something about it. We are tired of saying this shit happens all the time. We are tired of saying it all the time. So therefore, we ain't got nothing to do with this fight right here. This is all you white folks fight. White folks, calm your other white folks down. White folks, deal with white folks.
Now, look, you may say that because earlier, before you went on live for like 30 minutes, I was looking at the people out there. I'm like, what are they trying to achieve here? Because like I said, I take the more conservative stance. I'm like, they got big flatbed box trucks with people in the back of them farmers trucks. They would protest flags. I'm like, y'all just in the street inconveniencing other people. There's nothing getting achieved here. Playing loud music, banging on like the ICE facility buildings and how is it supposed to help change or do anything? That's my take on it. I'm like, there's nothing actually getting done here.
There's nothing.
It's a hangout.
There's nothing going to get done. I mean, I understand protest. I get all that. But as long as you have Republicans in the House and the Senate who don't want to hold their president accountable, nothing gets done. It just won't get done. Nothing will get done. You got to be willing to hold that president accountable. You got to be willing to hold those people accountable. If you're not willing to hold those people accountable, nothing is going to change. It's never going to change. It's going to be like, I'm just sorry you for hey, white folks, welcome to the party. Welcome to where they shoot folks and get away with it. Welcome where they shoot folks and get away with it. That's all I'm going to say. We already arrived here. Black folks already been there. We've been there. We know.
Been there.
We've been there, done that. We understand it. I'm just saying, y'all, welcome. Well, this is a normal, standard, everyday thing. Okay, you better start caring. They coming after you, Karens.
So, and then when you bring back a topic like this, it's like, do white people do they understand that they changed gun laws when the Black Panthers started walking around with weapons? That's when white folks in mass, in unison, was like, yeah, we need to do something about these gun laws. You see how you keep talking about prison reform, gun reform, and all that? Yeah, they ain't hearing you. When they come to black folks doing something or they participate in it, then things get changed. But the whole time, they're not concerned.
And it's like, okay, then we got to do. We got to do. We good over here because it ain't nothing new. We want to sit back and see what you white folks gonna do. You gonna allow them to knock y'all off? Knocked off a white girl. Knocked off. And these are law-abiding people that they knocked off. This wasn't no drug addicts. These wasn't no people that was out there in the middle of the night with these ghouls and shit. There wasn't none of them. You know what I'm saying by ghouls? I'm talking about drug addicts. There wasn't none of them ghouls out there. It was a regular, standard, everyday, average white girl. And then you look up and here's a nurse. Everyday, standard, white boy. Y'all just gonna allow this stuff to happen? You just gonna allow it to go? See, because we don't expect you to do it for us. I expect that you say something on behalf of I don't expect jack shit. But I expect you to help your own fellow white folks. But if y'all don't want to help your own fellow white folks, we ain't no point in us going out there protesting then. What's the point of going out there?
Did you see that they're in Minnesota? They got a new wannabe, what they call it, a new wannabe Black Panther guy trying to rile up black folks to join the cause. You haven't seen that guy?
I ain't seen him, no.
Oh my gosh, this guy just came out of nowhere.
I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah.
And he trying to get people wrong.
He trying to get black. He looked like, the shade of Drake, the rapper. He looked like that. He like I don't know what you call them people, but he looked like one of them, and he trying to say, yeah, man, he coming out with his gun. He saying, like, I bet they won't try that with me, and this and this and that. And black people need to get together, and these people are being oppressed, and this and this. And I'm like, what?
I'm gonna put my fist up for you, brother. I'm gonna put my fist up for you. That's all I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
For you and say black power to you, but I ain't getting out there to help you because I ain't finna die for you. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Now they done proved to me, that y'all don't even care about y'all everyday average white folk. Y'all don't even concern yourself about the everyday white folk. These weren't none of the ghouls. This wasn't none of the crazy people. This wasn't none of the people that didn't have no job. None of the homeless people. None of them. These people had law-abiding jobs, doing what they had to do every day. And y'all say y'all don't care about them getting killed. They should have been out. They shouldn't have been out there. They shouldn't have been doing what they're doing. I don't expect you to help me. So I ain't going out there to protest for nobody. Because I already know what's going to happen. It's going to continue to happen until the bodies pile up, until y'all get tired. When y'all get tired, I'll be there for you. But I ain't going to be there ahead of time. I ain't doing no protesting. I ain't stopping X, Y, and Z. This never should have happened with black folks, let alone the white folks. Okay? It never should happen. This should not happen. Okay? We get that this shouldn't happen, and we should have empathy and sympathy. But I'm saying, when somebody gets killed, regardless of their race, regardless of their color, or creed, or whatever, regardless of their religion, everybody should be up in arms. That's including black folk. That's including black people who get killed. Everybody should be up in arms when something like this happens. Okay? And it's not a racial thing, it's not a nut thing. I'm just pointing to you the hypocrisy of it all. Everybody's outraged, but they're not outraged enough to do anything about it. Okay? You're not outraged enough to do anything about it. You're not outraged enough to call your congressman to put it all on the line. Okay? Are you mad enough to put it all on the line? That's the question. And I get that these people are out here protesting, but more needs to be done. You need to be calling your senators and your House representative. You need to be calling them, because those are the people that make the changes in the law that can reel in this bullshit, that can reel in what Donald Trump orders. If you're not willing to put any kind of pressure on your senators and your House Republicans, then you ain't willing to do nothing to change none of this. Every day we're gonna see a white girl get strung out. We're gonna get a white girl thrown across the car. Every day we're gonna see a nurse get broke off in the ice. Okay. As long as nobody's willing to do anything.
Well, that's semi-true, but again, this may have, again, on my side, I'm not going to take it from what you're saying, how you're looking at it, but I'm like, again, this would not be taking place if they are not trying to stop law enforcement from doing what they're doing. That's my stance on it.
This is not law enforcement. This is ICE. ICE should be concentrating on illegal aliens, not
again. They're empowered to do so by Congress. They passed the bill for this.
Yeah, but why are they engaging American citizens?
The citizens are engaging them. They're not looking for citizens.
I didn't see those people engaging.
No. I'm talking about in general. They're trying to impede and stop. Not that guy. We know this scenario. I'm not looking at it abstract. I'm just saying in this whole situation, they're there for who they're looking for. It's the citizens trying to stop them from doing, because they have this moral high ground to try and defend illegals in the country and Somalis. Again, this is a domino effect from something previous, is what I'm saying.
These protests are not for no illegals. Them white folks don't give a damn about them illegal people. They out there protesting because one of their own got killed, but they're not willing to go all the way. You're not willing to go balls to the walls with it. As long as you're not willing to go balls to the walls with it, it don't mean nothing.
You think?
They're not protesting illegal aliens. They don't.
What do you mean?
They don't care about that.
Wait, hold on a second. We sort of off.
When did these people get into the street? These people started getting in the street when when Renee Good got killed.
No.
Right? They've been in the street since the illegals been there?
No, they've been there when the Somalis, when Nick Shirley started exposing it, then ICE agents went to start trying to get people.
Right.
That's when, then in the midst of that, the lady tried to impede the ICE agents, and she got deleted in that process.
Therefore, you took it up a notch. They wouldn't have protested as hard as they protested because of this, because of just illegals. They probably would have just hid illegals, stayed out of the way. They probably wouldn't have did nothing else.
100%.
It was when that woman got killed that it went 3 notches higher than that. Now they're gonna stop you because they feel like you're gonna kill somebody. Look what happens. It's gonna continue. This gonna keep happening. We're gonna hear about another one. We're gonna hear about another one next week. But
there have been other people that have been killed. There was a guy that got killed on New Year, I believe.
Yeah, I remember the black guy. He got killed.
Yeah.
I don't hear nobody saying nothing about that black dude.
No, they're not saying nothing about the black guy.
Right.
And now, again, this is unfortunate, but I'm just like, this is a domino effect from one previous thing to the next thing to the next thing. But again, this is too extreme. These individual incidents are extreme. Because now that ICE agent, or those ICE agents that become like the two primary people to set off more of an issue, because now National Guard, they say, has been brought in. It's going to be brought now. They want Waltz to try and send another. It's like they want the police against the police. They basically want one force to deter and go against the ICE agents, and then Trump want them to still do their job and get these illegals. Because I saw a roster. There's a White House page. There's a
Mhm,
roster of how many illegals they've been getting. The
mhm.
Canadians. I saw a bunch of criminals for drug charges, child diddling. They had so many. I was like, damn, they took out. They've been catching a lot of people. But here in Minnesota, they making it an issue. They want them to stay or something like that.
Right.
I was like,
They're
I'll
making
let them do their job.
they making a serious effort to catch people, and I get that. We want all of that to happen. But why
No,
y'all have to kill the
you
white?
say that you want it to happen. They won't say that. They'll turn a blind eye and say, you just want to take families apart. I'm like, no, them guys are just looking for criminals. Do you not acknowledge that? They don't acknowledge that. They just think I should just
Yeah, but
trying to
that's it.
get you.
I don't believe that they're just looking for criminals. They're just not looking for criminals. They're looking for somebody that doesn't look white. That's how they're catching people. They're just grabbing people. They're not just looking for criminals that are immigrants, because otherwise they wouldn't engage the white folks. They wouldn't engage any black folks. They wouldn't engage anybody if they were just looking for somebody who had an accent and somebody who had darker skin. Then they're looking for whoever, right? Whoever
How?
engages, that's
But
how we're doing.
but HQ, think about that though. I'll let
Mm,
you have that, but I'll ask you, like, how would
mm.
you be able to do that? Because it's like they still
What?
get trained on constitutional rights. ICE agents get trained thoroughly on people's rights.
They
That's
don't
why you
give a
don't.
damn about them. They don't
No,
give a
again, that's no. What I'm saying is police in general don't be following the Constitution. I've seen enough. We watch enough body cam footage. They don't be following that too. So ICE agents, I'll put them in that gray area where they'll do that shit too. But I'm saying they get trained in a certain manner, and that's why you don't see them as much. And they don't be making themselves like open
I
like that. But
never
whatever the
even
case may be,
gay. I never even thought about no damn ICE.
of course. That's what I'm saying. I
Until
seen ICE. No, I've always seen ICE at airports. Because again, I
yeah,
pick.
airports and places like why they all up in the street in the neighborhoods in people's houses then?
Because they passed the bill now for them to actually be more like what's it called, extrovert in their duties, and like not just trying to catch you at the airport in certain areas. Yeah, truck stops. Again, it's more than one thing that's happened. Remember the
Uh-huh.
incident last year with the truck drivers? You have illegals killing people on the highway in accidents. States giving them licenses. So it's like it's been multiple things. Again, now this daycare fraud thing started. So there's been a lot of illegals running daycare frauds and scams. Now they're trying to crack down on that. It's a multitude of things where it's got them ramped up and they got more funding to do that. Again, the criminals, the crimes, and stuff like that. There's been Venezuelan gangs taking over apartment buildings and complexes. It's different stuff, but it's what you sort of know and what you pay attention to understand why they're so out there as much as they are. ICE is out. But again, it wouldn't make sense to just wake up, they get in the car, they have a huddle up. We're just gonna randomly go out and just grab random people.
Well,
Like again,
let's agree to disagree. Hey, let's agree to this though. You know the Insurrection Act, right?
yeah,
You know Trump ain't instituted that, right? Not yet, right?
he instituted or he didn't institute it.
He didn't put it into play yet.
Okay.
I'm saying he didn't put it into play yet because he ain't seen no brown or black bodies out there. He ain't seen a lot of those brown and black bodies out there. When he sees more brown and black bodies, that's when he gonna institute the Insurrection Act.
I can't. Okay, you could say that, but I can't go along with it because I just seen him yesterday. He was at the podium. He was showing. They gave him a file, and he stood at the podium putting up every mugshot, all the criminals they've been catching. He was just posting. There was brown people and maybe some black people in there too. They've been catching their own too. There's white immigrants as well. Like there's been Russian, German, Chinese.
Where the pictures at? I want to see.
You have to go on there. I can tell you what to look up. But they have a whole slot of them, but they've been taking those people and deporting them, arresting them and deporting them. But again, they've been doing.
I ain't seen no white people. I want to know. I want to see some white people. Let's see. What's the site I got to go on?
You got to go to the White House. Since you on the TikTok, go to the White House.
No, I'm at the regular search engine. That's all I am.
Well, I'm going to the interview that he had on I guess the White House meeting, the press.
I'm just trying to figure out where all these white people be saying that, oh yeah, they deporting white people. I ain't seen not now one. I want to see something. Where they at?
You want to see some? Okay, hold on a second. I'll have to copy that link and post it in there.
I want to see where they deporting the white folks at, because I ain't seen them yet. All I see is black and brown bodies. I don't see no white bodies. And
Of course,
I posit that he ain't called the Insurrection Act because you don't see no black and brown bodies out there in droves like you normally would. You normally would see somebody out there protesting, and normally it would be a lot of black people that would be out there protesting and old white people. A lot of black people and a bunch of old white people. But you ain't got a lot of black people out there now. So you can't say I have justification to pull out that Insurrection Act. You ain't finna do that till you see black bodies out there. That's why we ain't going out there. We ain't going out there. So you
think that's, but again, what
insurrection? 100%, all the way down to my fucking toes believe that's the reason why he ain't called the Insurrection Act.
It needs to just be one. It needs to be 50 brown. Like, how many you feel like is going to be the trigger mark?
Way more than what's out there. That's for damn sure. Because normally you see black people out there protesting. You don't see no black people out there protesting like that. No, you don't, because we decided we was gonna stay home. Most of us said we was gonna stay home. We ain't doing that. We already put our backs and our whole heart and soul into trying to save this country. We have tried to save this country too many damn times, but they wouldn't listen. You didn't want to listen. You didn't want to hear it. So we done trying to save America. We done trying to do that. Specifically, we trying to save dumb motherfuckers who keep knocking their own head against the wall. And that's what we doing. We saving ourselves. We just gonna let them kill you white guys. We just gonna let you kill all them white folks. We ain't gonna worry about y'all. We not gonna worry about y'all. And we gonna you white folks got to save white folks. It is what it is.
But it's impartial, because again, what's surprising to me is that you do know that when it comes to officers and ICE agents, they are conservative and Democrat, left or right. You know that, right?
You said what is what?
They're both left or right. You can have an agent working for the law and they'll still, you don't know who's who in that crowd of whatever's going on. So if you saying that, we're trying to get them to fix the country and get involved in this, I'm like, but that could be an ICE agent right there too. He could be off of what you're saying. I'm like, what in position is he in now? He support what you're saying, but he still have a job to do.
I'm saying ICE has a job to do, and ICE should do their job. ICE shouldn't be engaging with white folks. What just happened on camera with that white boy never should have happened. They never should have been talking to that white boy. They never should have dealt with him at all. But so
I'm in agreement. I saw.
So they're engaging in combat with American people when they don't have to.
Okay, so now you're saying that if that was a brown person that they did that to, it would be insurrection?
No, what I'm saying is if
a bunch of them did it.
No, I'm saying if it was a bunch of black and brown bodies out there marching, protesting, everything else, they wouldn't have said it was a police. They wouldn't have said it was a what is it? Peaceful protest. They wouldn't have said that. They would have said something else. It would have been a whole nother level of shit. Okay. So then you would have had him calling out the Insurrection Act on those black and brown bodies. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I got one of them
out there saying, "Oh, it's peaceful." You got white people out there. You got mostly white people out there, and X, Y, and Z, mostly white people. We ain't finna call the Insurrection Act. That would just be too far. But if you were, but see, here's the thing, and you cannot ever get past this. When you see, and it's instinctive, when white people see a group of black people, they instinctively think there's going to be danger and it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, that's conditioning.
So when the president and everybody else sees black people marching, they instantly think there's going to be some kind of problem, regardless of whether they're peacefully walking or not. So therefore, the Insurrection Act would have came out of his motherfucking pocket just like that. I 100% believe that's exactly what they would have been waiting for. Black bodies coming out, because that is instantly something that shows white people, oh, no, it's all those black people together. It's dangerous. Let's disperse them. We don't want them marching the streets.
Okay, I gave you the second link, but you can look at that one. I'm trying to look for the one where they went through all the countries. Because now you see he put the ban on 75 countries. You seen that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a ban. So I don't know how you would try to implement an insurrection, but
Let me see. Hold on. Did I get him up there? Let me see. Oh, 100%. I would believe he would call it 100%. Excuse me.
More recent ones that we have, and I can show you some of the people. Vicious, many of them murderers. These are all out of Minnesota, just Minnesota. I say, why don't you talk about that more? Because people don't know. Do you want to live with these people?
And you think I believe this president who lies like he breathes? You think I'm gonna believe every fucking picture that he puts up there is a Minnesotan? I don't believe him at all. At all when he gets up here and he lies. I don't believe that shit. They said they caught 10,000 people in Minnesota, and they didn't even have that many ICE agents. How the hell they catch 10,000 damn Minnesotans when they just ramped up their recruiting efforts maybe 4 months ago? How they catch 10,000 people and they hadn't even ramped up the people that they needed to get, and all of them ain't in Minnesota, so they couldn't have got 10,000 people out of Minnesota, which is what he said. We got 10,000 people out of Minnesota, which is what the some officer said that. I said, ain't no damn way y'all caught no 10,000 damn people in no Minnesota. Ain't no damn way.
What's the statistics you got across the national average?
I'm just saying as a matter of mathematics, you have been recruiting like crazy, and your recruitment efforts have not gathered all the people that you needed. One, you just lowered the recruit or the requirements in 47 days. They've been having to go at least 3 months or 6 months before they became an agent. You got 10,000 Minnesotan, or you found 10,000 people in Minnesota. I don't think so. I don't think 10,000. I just don't believe you got 10,000 out of Minnesota alone.
Okay.
What the fuck else is the rest? What are them other men doing? What are those other states doing? The other states ain't doing jack shit. No, they said 10,000 out of freaking Minnesota. That's what I heard them say.
Okay, I got the other races of people that ICE got over there in Minnesota that you wanted to see. I'm looking for the actual. The ICE has its own page, Border and Customs. They posted the countries that they was getting people from. When I saw Canadians, oh, that's what it was. I still don't arrest Canadians, but I got one right there. I'm gonna put it for you to see. Because again, you're saying that you're not seeing. Who is it? White people? There's white people on here, and there's other hate I've seen.
I'm sure there are. There are. And it's easier for them to hide. But see, here's the thing. That's all they got to do is find them through legal paperwork or stuff like that. 9 times out of 10, Canadians, you can't really tell because they speak perfectly good English. You can't really tell some people are from a foreign country. X, Y, and Z. But you're catching them. I get you.
Yeah. So again,
You very well doing what you're doing.
so look, my thing is because I got picked up by marshals a long time ago when I was on probation, right? So even when you got like bounty hunters, you got an itinerary. You need a system on how you're gonna try and implement what you're doing. It's a task force. They coordinate. It's not like I don't. It wouldn't make sense strategically to just get up random and start grabbing random people. Like the logistics of that is too off for me. So they got to start from somewhere, like either from a contact, an informant, somebody arrested that's looking at 5 to 10 years. They give you information, and that gives you information to a construction site where these people or somebody getting paid under the table. You need leads. You need like a protocol, format to go off of, references. That's how you sort of tips. They got tip lines, You see the next link I got? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you think that I'm like, I don't think they'll just get up and just be snatching up people. It wouldn't work. The money that they invested in all that stuff like that to do that, they need to go certain places, certain areas. But again, since during the Biden administration that there are sanctuaries.
Wait a minute, hold on. You're saying they had to go to certain areas. Why is it that when they were going to certain areas, they couldn't find the people that they wanted to find? And then they started going to Home Depot. Then they started going to farms. Then they started going to construction sites. Then they started going to all these places.
Those are stuff that's, I guess, publicly known. Because even in Georgia, when I was in Georgia, I would drop off Penske trucks at Home Depot. They would be packed. And that's how people try to like have a starting point. And there'll be all people. There'll be Africans there. It'll be Mexicans there. It'll be different
then
nationalities.
How did they end up in neighborhoods then?
What do you mean? How did they end up in neighborhoods?
Yeah, how did they end up in going into
when they go into hiding? Those people go out there to work. So
I'm saying, wait a minute. I'm saying all of these places are flush full of aliens, flush full of illegals. Home Depot, farms, restaurants, X, Y, and Z. They flush with these illegal aliens. According to them, they flush with them. So why do we find people in neighborhoods? Why do we find ICE in neighborhoods at people's door? Knocking on random doors?
Sanctuary cities and states, I'm guessing. I'll get to the point in a second. But you say, why do you? So you say why?
Not just sanctuary states. Regular states. I don't know what houses.
They're in regular states too. I'm just saying during the Biden era, they opened and allowed those people to reside there and all that. So those people went there in masses. So of course,
don't blame on Biden. Don't blame it on Biden.
I'm not blaming. I'm saying the timeline. I'm not saying
Biden
you get stuck on that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying during.
You're saying why are they being reckless with what they're? I'm saying why are they being reckless now? Obama and Biden, those people weren't reckless, and they found high amounts of illegal alien. Why are they being reckless now under Trump?
Who you mean being reckless? I think that's the thing right now. Like when you put in a microscope on certain factors and issues now, it seems like that because again, social media is more prevalent now. Social media is more prevalent now.
No. Why are they reckless like this?
It's not. This
they weren't reckless on Obama, and they weren't
killing now.
Biden.
You're right. Again, I'm trying to go along with you to a certain point. We're along the same parallel lines. Mm-hmm. There right now is reckless because again, the people, the citizens are engaging more. So nobody was doing this during 2006. Nobody's doing this during 2008. Nobody's doing this during 2012, correct? Were they doing this at any point in time along these years?
No, because we never heard of them. We never even engaged with them.
So look, if you never heard of them, why is it now that you know about them?
I heard of them, but I'm saying we never heard of people engaging with them. Why are they engaging?
Again, because they've been fueled, they've been putting a battery in their back.
But they weren't messing with them before. They weren't messing with them before they went.
That's how. Again, I'm getting nothing against the old people, but that's how I see. That's how liberals move. Once you put something in front of them to be mad at and say, "Look, this is bad. These people are bad," they get fueled up and try to be super proactive about shit, and it don't really affect them. But hey, once you tell them it is, then they start going irate and acting a monkey about it. That's why they have the internet.
Wait a minute. They weren't reckless under Obama, and
I'm
Obama.
not saying that about being reckless. You're saying why. I'm saying they have people interfering and engaging with them because they've been.
So why would you need to? Why would I get in front of your face saying "Get out of my way" X, Y, and Z? Why wasn't I doing that under Obama?
Exactly. I'm agreeing with you. Where were all these protesters and all these people trying to stop ICE back then?
And then you need to ask yourself, why are they doing the protesting now?
They've been told to do so, is what I'm saying.
Why have they been told to do so?
They telling them you can't. These people are our neighbors or our friends, and they're the ones that's picking your food. They should be able to stay in the country illegally. They're telling these people that they should have a right to stay here and they should get health care. That's what they.
Hold on. You're not a Democrat, so you don't know why they're doing it.
No, I'm not a Democrat now, but I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm telling you, as a Democrat, they are doing it because your president was deporting people without due process. So, in order for
you don't need
why people got involved, because
you don't need due process if you're here legally.
I'm just telling you what we Democrats have said.
But why would you need due process if you're here legally?
Because you have a right to due process, even if
you're a citizen.
No, even if you're illegal, there's
that. What laws? Huh? How does that work? How do you get rights if you're not here legally?
It's in the Constitution.
The Constitution says that if you're here illegally, you still should be able to have rights.
The Constitution says every person is allowed due process.
Every citizen, every American citizen.
No, it don't say American citizen. It says person.
Person meaning the people in this country, the actual.
If you look at the Constitution.
So you're trying to make a.
Hold on. When you look at the Constitution,
yeah, I know.
Says, hold on. When you look at the Constitution says citizen when it wants to emphasize citizen. When it wants to just say person, it says person. You need to go back and look at the sentences before it says due process. The sentencing before due process says citizens. When it came to the sentence about due process, it says person. And then after that, it continues on saying citizen. So it meant persons when it said person in the Constitution, and it meant citizens when it said citizens. Go back and read the Constitution.
What I heard was saying Miss to signify a woman. And now when you say the person, Sarah or HQ, so it's like Mrs. But then when you say HQ, you're like, well, it said Mrs. It didn't say HQ. It said Mrs. Any Mrs. I'm like, huh? It's signifying person in the context of the paragraph. Citizen is the signifier. So the citizen
have legal rights. Person means you're a human being who is inside of the country.
That is a citizen.
No, it doesn't say citizen. It says
a person is male or female. So the citizen is the person, male or female. Every male or female, every person that is a citizen should get due process.
You didn't hear what I said. What I said
I heard what you said.
No, you didn't, because you keep asking me.
And I'm saying I get how they wrote it. They're applying to people that are in this country. Every citizen, which is a person.
It says citizen when it wants to say citizen. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
When it wants to emphasize a citizen of the United States, it says citizen. When it wants to say a person, anybody inside of the country is a person, it says person. Do you understand that? In that line of due process, it says person. It doesn't say citizen.
Okay, I got you. This is a sidebar. This is like when people stare at the number 9. On your side, it's a 9. On my side, it's a 6. This is how people interpret the Bible. Well, you read that verse that way, but this is how I take the verse this way. So now again, this is crazy that now with this fine line, these two sentences.
Why is it we have an argument? Why is it that we have an argument against the Supreme Court? Why are you giving me
There's no argument against it. I'm literally saying,
why are you giving me an argument against the Supreme Court when the Supreme Court already ruled that it was person? Why is it that you're arguing about it not being a person when the Supreme Court already told the Trump administration that it was person and not citizen? Why are you arguing with me?
I'm not arguing. No. Now watch this. Now you say it's Supreme Court. Now Supreme Courts can overrule a previous judgment. Now what happens then when they change it? Now then it's gonna be like, okay, we mean citizens. Then what? Now you can be like, well, yep. Okay, it's a citizen. You have to be an American citizen, so they don't have a due process. They can just get deported. Is that when you'll take it for what it is? That's what it takes? Is that what it takes?
Supreme Court is the final ruling across
I'm agreeing with you, so I'm saying that's what it takes. It takes for the Supreme.
So the final ruling was citizens or persons have due process. That's the final ruling of the Supreme Court, who has the final say across this land, said it due process is for every person. So why are you arguing with me on the final?
I'm not arguing with you. You're telling me that by that, how you define it, you're saying the Supreme Court defined that is citizen, and no, it's person gets due process. So even if you come here illegally, you should get due process. Even if you broke the law, you now got to go through our court system.
Yes.
To get deported out.
Yes.
That's crazy in so many ways, because you wouldn't allow that. Let me tell you, hold on. You wouldn't allow that. If I came into your house right now, kicked in your door, or snuck in through the window at night, and then say, well, no, you can't kick me out. I got tenants' rights. You wouldn't allow that. But now you're going to say the Supreme Court says that if you're a person and you're here, however you got here does not matter. You should go through the court legal system so we can spend that money and taxpayer money to get you out the country, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's a yes, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a yes.
Okay. I just had to understand the logic behind it. I'm not arguing. I just want to understand, like, okay, in this basis, this is what's being done. And you thinking it's completely fair and sound of mind that those people.
I'm not making a judgment whether it's fair or it's not. I am going by the Supreme Court determination that every person has due process. So if you're arguing about that because they're illegal, I don't care. That's not what the Supreme Court said. The Supreme Court said every person is due due process. And that to me says illegal or not illegal. That says
yeah. To you, I'm agree with you. If you
and that's the way they ruled on the cases for these illegal aliens. That's the way they ruled on the court. They ruled on these cases. You have to have some form of due process.
Got you. So we just don't need a border then. There's no point. If that's how it reads, then we might as well take down the whole border wall. Just let everybody in. You don't have to be a citizen, nothing. Just every person that's a person that exists, come on over. Just do what you do as you please. And if we have to kick you out, we're gonna give you a whole court system and trial.
Here's for the goofies in the chat. Abrego Garcia. Abrego Garcia was an illegal alien that was here, right or wrong? He was illegal, but he was allowed to stay here, right or wrong? They took him to CCOT. He stayed there in CCOT. The Supreme Court said, bring him back because he didn't have due process. He was an illegal alien, right or wrong? So therefore, that is your case right there. Go look it up. The Supreme Court gave Donald Trump them X, Y, and Z. Get that boy back here because you didn't give him due process. No, he's an illegal, Your Honor. We don't give a shit. Every person gets due process. Every person gets due process. So look up the case. Abrego Garcia. They sent him to CCOT and they ordered the Trump administration to get his ass back here because you didn't give him due process. Every human being that steps foot on this land gets some form of due process, regardless of whether they are illegal or not.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, y'all arguing about he's not a citizen, he don't get due. Yes, he does. Supreme Court is the final say to that. The Supreme Court.
You allowed that, but I'm just thinking about the actual citizens here. You want them to go through our court system, use the taxpayer money to be able just to do all of this, just so we can kick them out at the end of the day.
Yes.
God.
If that's the law, that's the Constitution that we stand up for, that's the Constitution that we follow, that's what's supposed to happen. Yes.
So then I say we should just be getting rid of the borders. What we need all of that for? Just let them all in. What's the point of having other people go through a process, a line, a weigh-in, filing, and trying to become naturalized citizens for? Every person could come here. Just that's how it's supposed to go. That's gonna go completely fine. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
All I'm saying is you gotta look up the case. I can't explain the case to you, X, Y, and Z, but I do know that one thing, that they made them bring that dude back because he did not get his due process. I do know fucking that. I do know that. If I don't know nothing else about it, I know they made the Trump administration bring that boy back because he did not get his due process.
I just realized how to see the chat. You can't see the chat. I see what the people are saying.
Yeah, because they retarded. Retarded.
No, the way your YouTube is set up is like, if I click on it, like as a person, there's nobody here. Like I'm looking, I only see two posts. But when I went to the shorts live and I started scrolling, then it popped up for you, and then I can see the people. But it's weird how it does that. I can't see anything on the other format on YouTube, the wide format, but on the shorts scrolling feed, I can see everybody losing their mind.
I can't make y'all look this shit up. I can't. I can't make you look this shit up. I just gave you the name of the guy that got deported and he didn't have the process. I just gave you the name. That's all you got to do is look it up. And the Supreme Court said, bring his ass back here because he didn't have due process.
But
and
on a matter of
every person has to have due process.
On a matter of numbers, right? HQ, we want to do a little bit of numbers. How many people do you think they can give due process in a day? Keep in mind, we have our own state prisons, we have jails, we have federal. Like, how much resources do you think can go to getting thousands, potentially millions of illegals? Because you think that would be a good use of the money, or would it be fast?
The thing is, y'all, it's cute that y'all think that this president is gonna get rid of 14 million people. It's cute. It's cute. It's real cute.
So look, if he can't, I'm gonna follow you here. If he can't get rid of 12 million people,
he ain't getting rid of that many people.
Okay, let's go with that. If you cannot get rid of 12 million people, if we continue down this line, what do? You're gonna try and legalize everybody or still deport them? What do you do?
You should have tried to legalize the people that were already on the path, that were already documented, that were already in the process, DACA and all of that.
They have those people. There's a documentary about people. They explained. There's a guy on Facebook that does this. He explains the different gray areas on how the legalizing process works. So it's just like in every bubble. Let's say there's like 2 million people in waiting and holding. There's 2 million people like in between on work visas. There's other people when it comes to like getting married and stuff like that, or they have kids here. So it's like a whole spectrum of that on its own.
Mhm.
Now, then there's just the straight up just illegals just sneaking in through the night in the border and that. Then there's those people. So
Mhm.
it's like you want them people that just snuck in through the border. Hey, fuck it, just let them be legal. The
You
other,
mean into a different. I'm not concerned about whether we have illegal people here or not. That doesn't
no,
concern
so
me.
the
I don't think
people,
about that at
so
all.
the people that have saved up their money, they have been trying to come here. They've been on the waiting list. They go to the interview. They try to assimilate, learn the American system, the English, pass the test, like
Mhm.
that stuff. Those people forget
Mhm.
all the efforts and stuff like that. And then the other ones, they should just be able to have free roam, free range. They here, give them due process, give them
Mhm.
food stamps, give them health care, help them get whatever
They
they need. The other
they don't
people
get
waiting list 4 years, 5 years. Fuck them. What you saying?
I'm saying the people that are on the legal path, you
But
should have
I,
tried to make.
that's what I'm saying. This 12 million. There's people on. Since you saying due process, correct? You're talking
Mhm.
about due process. The
Do-
people there are trying to do it the right way that the Americans have set for
Right.
them to become. They're following this due process. Now
Okay.
you're saying the illegal ones that came here that didn't follow that process, we want to take them out, kick them out. But you want them to also get due process on getting kicked out, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Again, how do you think that who's supposed to be spending this much money and resources to do both?
This is the way our legal system works. It just is the way the legal system works. Hold on. BP Slick, fuck you. I'm a border patrol. This lady, fuck you. And another $2. Lady, you know zero about the law. Fuck you. I know enough. I know enough. Now, that's what you get. Thank you for the $4, but fuck you. Okay. Don't do that shit. I don't give a shit whether you send money or not. Don't talk crazy to HQ. Yeah, but my whole thing is they are going to you got to look at this. Everybody look at the Garcia case. Abrego Garcia. Look at the case. That was the big kerfuffle a couple months ago. They were sending illegal aliens over to CPAC. You heard of CPAC, right?
Yeah.
They were sending them over to CPAC. And those people were getting, there was some wild shit going on over there. But they were getting over at CPAC. So you have to concern yourself about the due process because it's a constitutional right. They could sue, there's all kinds of legalities that could happen. The family could sue, people could sue, all kinds of things. So you have to concern yourself. If you pull the Constitution up, look at the lines in the Constitution, look in those lines before that due process, then look in the lines after that due process, and you will see how they changed the language.
Of course, every side they have the jurisdiction to do so based off of whatever the time is. They will do that.
But
that's why they ratified. The Constitution has been ratified. So that's my thing. Depending on the context and the time, something will be adjusted based off of that. It's never stayed that way. For as long as I've seen how presidents operate, something shifts, something changes based off of the time to do so. So this is just that time the same way. But y'all trying to get stuck and helping on one thing. I'm like, does it make sense? Does it make sense right now? Y'all stuck like how you are. You're like telling me one side, you're like, yes, due process. Then on the other side, like, fuck due process. I'm like, which one?
You have everybody, the fifth, it's the 5th and the 14th Amendment tell you that person has to have due process. It says every person. It don't say nothing about no citizen. It says every person. So therefore, the Supreme Court treats it like illegal aliens are supposed to be here till you get, because you have to give them you have to give them some kind of legal framework in order to get them up out of the country, and that's due process. So whether it may not be the extent that we have it, but it's still somewhat of a due process.
I got you. And that's that's American thing to do, I think, is your take.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do
But
we
see,
get that?
I don't. It's not that we don't. It's not that we say illegal aliens gotta go. Illegal alien. I don't care one way or the other whether they here or not. I don't care. They don't. My life don't rise or fall because an illegal alien is here. I don't care. The whole point is come in legal way. If you come in legal way, okay, cool. If you're here illegally and it's 14 million of y'all, I know they can't get rid of 14 million of y'all. But it's better. But the thing is, if the people see, here's the thing. A lot of people don't know that if you get deported, you can't come back for 10 years. You can't come back for 10 years. It ain't like you can just go and then turn around and come back. You get deported, you can't come back for 10 years. Your whole life is here. You were here since you were 1 year old. You were here since you were 2 years old. You was here since you were a kid. You've been here since you've been 30. Now you 50. You've been here since X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a matter of you just pulling up everything and then being able to get kicked out. Why you can't give them a path to citizenship? Why do you have to kick them out? Why can't you give those people that have done good, who haven't crossed the line, who haven't done any illegal behavior beyond that? Why you can't give them an opportunity to become citizens? Why you can't put a fast track in place for the people that want to come here? And
you say why, and the simple answer to why is because you broke the law.
Yeah, you broke the law. You jaywalked. I got all that. I got
it's
that.
It's not that. Is you can't just get past.
So you got to be punished for 10 years. That's what you're saying. 10 years does it?
So you want it to be 5? Okay, let's say it's 5, but you still need to be.
I don't care one way or the other how it is.
But then there still needs to be consequences for the first objectifying.
Why?
Which is you broke the. If you break the law that we set of you coming here legally, you still need to deal with that.
Do you get punished for jaywalking?
Yeah.
What do you get punished for?
When you asked me that, it was in 7th grade. It was in 7th grade middle school. I was crossing the street with my friend. I managed to cross you for him. We jaywalked. The cop gave him a ticket. I never knew there was a jaywalking ticket. I never thought that was a thing till I seen it happen. First-hand experience.
Hell yeah, there's a thing. I think I got one when I was a kid too. They were handing out tickets for jaywalking. Yes.
But anyway, look, you can't.
I went to jail for 3 days because I wrote a $10 check. They arrested me on a fucking Friday. Fingerprinted me and everything in this $10 time.
Again, consequences. Now, let's say you did cash a check and you needed it. You ate food. It did what you needed to do with that $10. But the consequences still came after the fact. So if you came here and did all of that, sure, but the consequence still needed to deal with when it get acknowledged. You could have a warrant for 3-4 years ago for something you didn't know you did. You hit and run. Consequence still there. If you broke the law, you still have to deal with the consequence.
Yeah, but the level of violation rise to being kicked out for 10 years?
No, I wouldn't say 10. If you want to reduce it, I'm fine with that. You could give them 5. You just have to deal with the consequence of the action. We come to an agreed upon.
Of course, if that's the case, if you agree upon that, but we know reasonably they cannot get rid of 14 million people. You cannot get rid of 14 million people. It's just impossible to withdraw 14 million people from our economy, 14 million people from housing, 14 million people from jobs.
I don't think it's impossible.
Oh,
I think it's very possible. It's very possible. You know why it's possible?
Impossible.
It's very possible. Don't we all have social security numbers? Whoever don't got a social security number, you filter them out. It's basically simple. If you pay taxes, you can filter them out. You got a social security number, you got a tax. You pay your taxes when you file for income tax. You can filter this out very quickly.
It just depends on what direction you want to go in. My direction would not be to fit 14 million people out. My direction would to start screening them all so I know who's here. I want to screen all of y'all. You come down, present your ID, get your fingerprints.
But
Do all that
That's
shit. I want all y'all documented.
okay, that's true. But again, that comes at an expense. You're missing. We have a system. So, what do you need to take away now to be able to help do that? And then on
Wait,
top of
y'all
that,
already said they was taken away from the system now.
wait.
So
Hold on. I'm saying if you got one hemorrhage over here,
Mhm.
now you start hemorrhaging here. You have to close off one wound to get to the other one. So if we shut off the border and then after try to filter all these people, are you gonna adapt then now open the border again? If we get a blue president, it feels already 12 million. Do we now let another 5 million in? Another
See,
10 million in? When does it have a point where we have to be able to focus on the actual American people itself? Because this is coming from our tax dollars and our taxes are getting spent. And if you have a good amount of them that don't care about that and they abuse the system and they take advantage of the system, and you got average Americans who's not trying to be dependent on government or anything like that. We self-sufficient. We try to be self-sufficient. Why am I not paying for all these people who don't give a fuck about any of that shit?
So why do you care about them? So wait a minute. Here's a question. Why do you think? I forgot my fucking question. My fucking question is this: why? Fuck! I forgot my question.
No, you can take your time. I'm just trying to understand why the fuck.
I'm trying to figure out what.
There's a the thing about talking to not to you, but when you be seeing people talking, this person say this dude sounds like I'm like, fuck nigga, you don't see the thing about talking to like like an intellectual or just a reasonably not disrespectful and shit. These motherfuckers be trying that shit. Bitch ass nigga, if I sound like a female, to come check me then. What the fuck?
Wait a
Fuck
minute.
these niggas is.
Are they talking to you in chat? You got
They're talking about like bitch ass niggas on the internet. It's like probably a bitch ass cracker too.
We having a discussion. We're having a discussion. This is my nephew, and we having a discussion. Mind y'all fucking business, okay? We having a discussion up here. So, damn it, the question. My thing is, why can't the punishment be more money? Why can't the punishment be more money? You pay X, Y, and Z to become a citizen. Pay the fine for being illegal.
He did. He gave $1 million. He put one. He literally said you pay $1 million to get you a golden visa.
Well, who can pay $1 million to get a golden visa?
The right kind of people. That's producers.
I know what I want to say. I know what I want to say. What makes you think the borders are closed?
They got a lockdown border right now. I guess there ain't been no people coming in.
Can't nobody come in to visit? Nothing?
No, illegally.
No. I'm saying you can't come in to visit. You can't come on the plane and come over here legally.
Yeah.
And then you stay.
Yeah.
So therefore, the borders ain't never closed.
That's a different kind of border. So
it's still a border. It still means you come over here illegally. You come over here for a visa to stay a month, and then you stay. That's
a smaller ratio of pull you coming from on a plane. Let's say a plane can hold 400 people. On a plane of 400 people, let's say then people overstay their visa. One, we have identification on them. We can eventually track them down for if they have a means to track them down because they got records of them. It's different from somebody sneaking under a gate and passing through trenches and stuff like that and hitchhiking and just going into like I don't know. It's obscurity. That's different. You can't find them. You can't track them. They can do more damage compared to somebody else. We know that came on a plane. We can see what they look like. They had a time they were supposed to be here. They overstayed. We can track them down over time. It's different. It's a limit. It's not that many people. But when you got just a flood of people coming in thousands, you saw them caravans, thousands and thousands and thousands of people coming in. That's much. Our system is meant to support our people. It's supposed to come first. Again, that's debatable too. But now you got other people from other countries with their own problems, their own beliefs, how they live their life and how they operate completely different to ours. They're not accustomed to nothing that our country abides to and how we operate. If they want to follow the laws again, I don't know what you see and what I see is going to be very different. But I've come to understand, I'm like, why would we want to just let all and this many people come in this flux. That make no sense. And then you're saying they should be able to, if we send them out, we should spend a bunch of money to get them out too. This defeats the point of you being American, don't you think? You being a citizen, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think it defeats the point?
No, I mean,
No.
You say open up the borders.
No, I say close it down. If you're, I'm trying to be reasonable.
You say it shouldn't be no borders. We shouldn't.
That's what you're saying. I said it's no point to it if you can just come in whenever you want, and you should have access to all the things that we got here. Well, all the people, the inventors, the roads, the infrastructure, all the things we got. We got the healthcare. We got all these things that we've built over time, the technology advancements, like what we've gotten to at this point. Everybody should come and have access to it and indulge in it. The food stamps, the snaps, like all the stuff that we done implemented and stuff we went through and had to.
That stuff is only through state. It's not through federal.
It's not the point. I'm just saying, if they get here, you think every state is different, but I'm just saying they get here, they should just be like, oh man, free for all. You should just, have at it, have a go at it. That's what I'm saying. So what's the point of being a citizen? What's the benefit then? You're saying a person. And then after that, I'm saying a citizen should be able to have due process. Like, you like, no, a person should have all the things that we should have. But what's the difference? There's no difference then. What's the point of the border?
See, the thing is, there's a lot of people who come in legally and they stay and they become illegal. So that's a big portion of people too. Okay, yeah. It's not people who cross the border. You're looking at 45% of the people that come in legally, they come in legally and then they stay. Then that makes them illegal. People can think it's Mexican people across the border. No, it's that 35-40% that come across on a plane, just walk into the country. So you can never really close a border. I don't know why y'all worried about closing a border. People come over here legally.
They took my nephew last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was here legally. They came and got him at school. He came here in what? At 13 or 14? They got him at like 17 or 16.
Legally?
Yeah, he came here.
Legally.
On the plane, yeah, like that. Went to school, got enrolled and all that stuff like that.
And he overstayed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then they got him. Now he back with his mom.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like,
there's a lot of people that do that. A lot of people who do that. About 45%.
Yeah. So why would I be mad? I'm not gonna be upset. I didn't find out to the last minute. I found out like 2-3 months after the fact. I ended up having to find a way to call them and reach them. Because when they take your ass back to the islands, it feel like they drop you in the desert. You limited technology, power. You don't got access to power like that, data. You just like.
I ain't trying to laugh, but damn, I mean, I'm from I'm from Haiti and shit, and they dropped my ass. I ain't been there in 10 years, and they dropped me off.
Yeah, boy, it's tough. So, whatever the case may be, this is the country, and you respect the law of the land and how they operate. So you came in legal. What can I really do? I've been trying to figure out what I could do to reach out and see how I can get him. I'm like, you probably have to wait till you're 18, no lies. So it's like, that's where you have to sit that one out. But that wasn't my fault. That was due to the people, his guardians, my other sisters. They don't care. Once they hear, they don't give a fuck about solving anybody else. I'm like, if you hear, you could have got him enrolled. I guess I'm American technically. I got an American passport. I'm born in the Virgin Islands. I'm full American by all the necessary requirements. Born on their territory, got their paperwork, all that shit. I could help co-sign on them and become a guardian from him. Nobody told me. Didn't find out. I'm like, oh well, he cooked. Nothing I can do. Y'all wait. They always wait till the last minute. Then all these inconveniences happen. Then they get taken. Then they're like, oh my gosh, they're trying to take Haitians. They got something. I'm like, no, the fuck they don't. It's y'all goofy asses that don't follow their rules and things they ask you to do. Y'all didn't do that shit. So These people that come over here, like you say, on the plane, overstay.
I believe that yes, everybody. Let's put it this way. I'm not gonna go as far as to say I'd rather them get kicked out. I'd rather these people be documented and I know who the hell they are than to have these people walking among us and we don't know who the hell they are. I'd rather that. If you can't kick out 14 million people, which I know is going to be damn near impossible to kick out 14 million people, at least document these people. Have them
No, just again, you misunderstand the point here. If you use 14, and let's try to be conservative with the numbers, you can't expect that.
14 is a good number.
No, if you can't see out of 14, all of these people here have goodwill and good intent to be here. So if I say out of 14 million, 4 million are productive and like reliable people and they want to be here, they want to follow the law.
10 million are productive. It's the
And then
4 million that's shit.
Okay, let's go with that number. So now you want to do that. Now, are all these people going to work together to get the 4 million out? Are they going to be in unison to help get the 4 million out, tell on them and cooperate, help? They want to get themselves legalized, or do they want to make as much money here, send it over back to where they came from, and then eventually leave?
But see, I keep, this is, see, it doesn't matter if you get rid of the 14. There are still people who become illegal the next day. You still have people who become illegal the next day. So you won't ever be able to get rid of illegal aliens because there's always somebody that's becoming illegal the next day.
And I'm not saying get rid. You're saying get rid in like a negative kind of sense. So it's like, again, y'all say in the worst way.
If you talk about deporting, people, I can't think of it as no other way but negative.
Because again, you don't understand like how the country is. The great thing, you can't do this in China. They don't sit here and be like due process. You saw what they did with Brittany Griner. She came in there, she broke the law with them weed pens. They're like, oh shit, 5 years. Simple, cut and dry. They're not like, oh, you know what, we'll just send you. So it's like now you're trying to say, now he's trying to act how the other countries act. They're like, yeah, we're not wasting our time with that. You came here illegally, you deal with the consequences, take your ass out of here. That's what I'm saying. The people who have already been trying to.
So why can't they become citizens? Why we can't get a document?
We didn't say can't. Again, there's a road. They give you a pathway to do so.
So I'm saying give them a pathway to do so.
They already have one. Again, he just gave one option with the passport. If you got the funds, if you like a producer, you provide value. You got the funds. That's one way. Then the other.
I got a life here. And I'm not trying to leave here. I was born here. I wasn't born here. I came here when I was 5 years old. I don't know no other country. And you want to kick me out? I ain't trying to hear that.
But oh my God. Again, there was a Ghanaian lady that's seen them deport her. She was here 22 years, maybe 30. I was 30. Yeah, I was 30 years. I say, damn, since I was 1, this lady been here. She didn't do her paperwork and nothing. She had a whole son. So I'm like, oh, well, you didn't do what you needed to do. You have a life. That's all good and dandy. They took her ass. They couldn't drop her off back because Sierra Leone something was going on in the other country. So they drop her ass in Ghana. It don't take you that long to do everything you need to do to become an American citizen. So there is a pathway. Again, he's focused on the people. You deal with the consequences. You break the law. In China, you can't do this. South America can't do this. But again, if there's 4 countries, even Mexico, you can't do this. I'm pretty sure. You come here, they still have their own rules you have to follow.
So what do we do with people who become illegal tomorrow?
You try to put them in line. The people that was already ahead of them, you get in the line. Give them a number. That's it. It's not complicated. Y'all get emotional because.
What about the people that are illegal? Let's kick them out of the country. We kick out the ones that are illegal right now, and then we start from scratch. But there ain't there's never going to be a scratch. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's never going to be a scratch.
Because you don't want there to be one. You're not trying to follow the rules put in place. You're trying to be selective when you want the rules to apply just because you say, well, I've done this and I've lived like this, so you should make an exception for me.
I'm saying I'm going with your thought process. Your thought process is to kick all of them out. I'm saying there's going to be illegal ones the next day. After you kick out all 14 million, we get all the 14 million, we kick them all out. Tomorrow, there's going to be more. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of them illegal the next day. So you're always going to have people coming here legally and then becoming illegal, unless you just completely stop letting people in the country. And I know you're not going to do that. So how are you ever going to stop illegal people from being here? You're never going to be able to stop them from being here. That's what I'm saying. It's always going to be the next day. It's always going to be the next day.
That's fine. So that's fine. We can always find compromise. You set limitations. That's all we did. That's why I say the border and them coming by plane, different story. It's a smaller pool of people to manage compared to just having the border open. Because if now, like I told you, if you don't care about whether or not you're a citizen.
Do you think the border is just in front of Mexico?
No, I'm not thinking. No.
The airport too. The border.
Yeah, no, I didn't say that. I say that you have a different limitation there. It's more of a smaller pool to work off of, is what I said.
What do you mean a smaller pool? 45%? What?
No, I'm talking about how they come in. They come in. They know a time window for them to go. You can track them down. Again, it's different.
Yeah.
It's a different metric you go off of with that. There's a different metric to do.
Okay.
I'd rather that compared to them just you don't know and you can't see, you don't know how many are coming in. That's different. That's what I'm saying. They even have borders in Canada. I found out because when I was driving trucks, I was like, if you cross that shit and then you try to come, you can go out, but you can't come back in. They gonna inspect you. They're gonna ask you for papers. They're gonna do all this kind of shit. I was like,
I just think it's a dream that y'all think that they're gonna deport all 14 million. It just ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. I just, look, it's a dream and it's amazing, but they ain't.
But still, you need a structure. If you think it's still a structure to follow, do you not just say just give up, let whoever come? That's what I'm saying. If that's the case, then there's no.
Give him a path to citizenship.
And they have. You just don't like the. You just again. Do you have an alternate one? I said the one.
What's the path? You get over here and ask for asylum. You get over here and ask for asylum. You say you want to be a citizen, and they take 5, 10, 15 years before they even let you in to become a citizen. That's a long time to try to become a citizen. And in the meantime, we get a person like Donald Trump who start kicking folks out in the middle of them becoming legal, like he's been doing. That's not fair. Now, is it? I'm trying to go to my meeting. I'm trying to go to my citizenship stuff, and then I get arrested. That ain't fair. I already did I done did the paperwork and everything else. I'm like in my 5th year. I'm like 5th or 6th year. And
you're saying that, but that didn't happen just cause. That's because when the conservatives get in, they tighten up the belt. They put in boot tabs. So
I know you did not say that they ain't doing that.
I said that's because of what's going on right now. They suspended about 75 countries because again, they're trying to just set the system to let everybody know, like, we serious about this shit. We just not letting y'all come in willy-nilly and shit like that. So you're saying, what about the people? I'm like, well, that just happened to be a matter of circumstance. If it didn't happen to you 3 years ago, 4 years ago, okay, but it's happening now. Life ain't fair all the time.
This path is at least 5, 10 years down the path, and the borders are never going to be closed. People keep saying the borders are closed. The borders are never going to be closed because they can come in through Canada. They can come in through Mexico. You can close Mexican border all you want to. They're going to come in on the planes. They're going to make it here somehow, some way, and they're going to come in legally, and then they're going to stay, and then they're going to outlast they stay, and then they become illegal. So therefore, it don't matter whether you close the southern border. People keep thinking it's the border. It ain't
I
the border.
got you. Then we hit the same mark again. If it don't matter, then what's the point of having the borders? You saying it don't matter, then there's no differentiation of trying to say you're an illegal, you get a visa. If it don't matter, just fuck it. They don't need to do that. Just let them all come. Just fuck, because it's pointless.
I'm saying the border never closes. That's all I'm saying. I'm
saying that you're not acknowledging the point. So then what? Do you agree or disagree?
Instead of saying, if you know they're going to continue to come in, keep the good ones or keep the ones.
Oh my God, good ones.
Well, shit, I don't know how they make the distinction. I don't know how they make the distinction with these people. Give them a path to citizenship. Document these people. Know who's here. But for now, you ain't getting rid of 14 million people.
And that's what they're trying to do, and they're being hindered. They're going after the ones who either have committed crimes, criminal records. But again, this didn't matter during the Biden era, but this seems to be important. And it's a big crutch.
The regular criminals, they were deporting regular, ordinary citizens. They've been doing that too.
I got you, but this didn't matter during the Biden era. It wasn't a center of focus. But now when Trump gets in office,
Obama did it with due process. This administration started.
So they was able to deport more people with due process compared to Trump deporting less people without due process.
Yes, because the Trump administration has been hindered from the beginning because you decided you were going to do Gestapo tactics instead of doing it by due process.
Gestapo tactics?
Yes. So people said, we ain't helping you because you're doing it illegally. If you were doing it legally and you were doing it like Obama was and you were doing it like Biden, we wouldn't have had no problem. You never would have heard about ICE, but you started deporting people illegally and without due process. That is what drew the ire of the people. Is because you didn't do any of that. You just started deporting people. Obama was doing it legally.
Biden he deported more people out. So you're saying Democrats are better at deporting people than conservatives are?
Yeah, the Democrats are better at doing everything than Republicans are.
Everything now.
Yes.
That's crazy work how she got to that.
Everything. Everything. Give me your final thought, sir. Give me your final thought.
I don't have any final thoughts on the matter, but
I appreciate those videos because we really needed to see. We really needed to see what was.
Oh, it's gonna catch fire by tomorrow. It's gonna get worse. I don't know what's gonna happen now. It's gonna get far worse.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh my God.
You say worse. What do you mean worse?
It's Sunday because now I guess they're gonna start really attacking the ICE agents. Before they were like on the Bay borderline. Now that a second person this is unjustified in all kinds of ways all day.
Mm-hmm.
Now they probably could do who knows what. Them people out there are gonna act. They will bring in the National Guard when the ICE agent either gets hospitalized or if he get murked. You know, it's weird now. You don't see them so-called mass shooters pop up. I'm thinking to myself, why do people that be popping up? Why they not popping up now in this situation?
Don't do that. Don't wish upon stuff.
I'm because I'm being logical now. It'd be kind of crazy when they choose to pop up and when they don't. During the pandemic, it wasn't a bunch of them. Now it's gonna be apparent that they're gonna pop up during this administration.
Oh, wouldn't that be wild? That just be we know just to be doing something. Please don't do that. Please don't.
Well, I don't know. No one, they didn't get MK Ultra activated or something. Who knows? I don't know what the sleeper agent hasn't activated them.
How they was just spraying them with that pepper spray.
They beat him and sprayed him. I'm off. My thing is like, you know how you react to something just like
that's
instinctively. When a person like that in your shit, you gonna elbow the fuck out them. I don't care if it was the police. For me as a person, bro, like I'm turning away from you and you still on my back. Oh yeah, I'm finna elbow you to the shit. They're gonna beat my ass, but I'm finna get 2-3 shots in like G shit. Cause dog, that was getting on my nerve. Like, dude kept going. And then they slung him. Oh man, bro, that would have got me hot. Boy, they would have stomped me out. But shit.
And he turned away so he could get away. He turned away. He was trying to follow that lady who got pushed down. He was trying to get around the car, and they was grabbing his ass because he was trying to hold on to her. She was trying to hold on to him. Damn, they spraying both of us. Let's hold each other so we could, get away from this damn spray. And they drag his ass off.
But that's all. We're gonna see tomorrow.
I know. Let's hope we don't. I do not wish for folks to get shot and hurt, and I do not wish that. But I'm telling you right now, black folks have been through this before, and nobody cared that this happened. Nobody thought anything of it. It was just another black person getting killed. So I'm telling you right now, you white folks want that shit to end, you all better figure out how y'all gonna end it, because there ain't nothing we as colored folks can't help y'all in any way, shape, or form when it comes to that. We can't do nothing. Oh, I meant to put this on. Hold on.
President Trump announced he is firing Fed Governor Lisa Cook over allegations of mortgage fraud. This is the first time a president has fired a Fed governor in the central bank's 111-year history. Cook has not been charged with any crime. This has huge implications in politics, law, and the economy.
This is absolutely devastating. Trump's legal defenses is collapsing. And I mean completely fell apart. Multiple court losses within days. Supreme Court signaling major defeats coming. Federal judges blocking executive actions, constitutional violations documented, and the clock is ticking because tariff ruling could drop any moment, birthright citizenship case on the docket, Fed firing attempt rejected by justices. Every legal strategy Trump relied on is failing simultaneously. Every protection he thought he had is evaporating, and allies are panicking because they understand what's coming. Legal wall that shielded Trump from accountability for entire first year of second term is crumbling, and there's no escape. And here's what makes this catastrophic. These aren't minor setbacks. These are foundational defeats that destroyed Trump's entire approach to presidential power. Supreme Court blocked National Guard deployments. Lower courts ruled clean energy grant cancellations unconstitutional. Federal judge protected peaceful protesters from immigration raids. Courts rejecting Trump's claims of unlimited executive authority. An historical pattern suggests this is just beginning, because Supreme Court always waits until president is weakened before delivering knockout blows. And Trump's approval is cratering. Midterms approaching. Clock ticking toward multiple devastating rulings. Legal experts warning this is most precarious moment of Trump's presidency, and allies watching legal wall collapse have no idea how to stop it. But real quick, before we get into this, let's be honest, you can't really trust mainstream media anymore. That's why we built Patrick Smith Show, to bring you real stories, real context, and no corporate spin. If you want to stay ahead of the headlines, please subscribe, because you might think you are, but aren't. Your subscription actually matters here. Alright, let's get into what actually happened. Supreme Court delivered devastating blow to Trump in December, when 6 justices voted to block his National Guard deployment to Chicago. Trump wanted to federalize Illinois Guard over governor's objection. Claimed violence against DHS agents during immigration enforcement justified military action. Court said no. Said government failed to identify source of authority allowing military to execute laws in Illinois. Cited Posse Comitatus Act restricting use of military forces within United States. That's conservative Supreme Court rejecting Trump's claim of emergency powers, setting precedent that will apply to other cases. Share this video with everyone you know, because legal analysts immediately recognized what this means. Peterson Institute broke down how Illinois Guard ruling signals court will strike down Trump's tariffs. Both cases involve Trump invoking emergency authority Congress never intended for these purposes. Both represent massive federal overreach. Both rely on statutory language meant for actual emergencies. And court's narrow interpretation limiting presidential power in Guard case applies directly to tariff challenge. If court won't let Trump deploy troops on whim, they definitely won't let him impose global tariffs claiming trade emergency. Think about what that means. Trump's entire economic strategy depends on tariff authority. Over $130 billion collected. Leverage over foreign nations. Ability to manipulate markets. All built on emergency powers. And Supreme Court is about to rule those tariffs unconstitutional. Could happen any day. Court delayed decision multiple times, but ruling is coming. And when it drops, Trump has to refund all tariffs collected. Markets will panic. Economic chaos. Political disaster. And Trump posted on Truth Social that if court rules against tariffs, quote, "we're screwed," unquote. His exact words. Because he knows legal defeat is inevitable. Now let me walk you through the other walls collapsing simultaneously. Federal court ruled January 12th that Trump's Department of Energy violated Constitution when it canceled clean energy grants based on which states recipients lived in. Court found administration admitted making grant termination decisions primarily, if not exclusively, based on whether state voted for Trump in 2024. That's using federal funding to punish political opponents. That's unconstitutional equal protection violation, and court documented it, created precedent, showed Trump weaponizing government against states that opposed him. Make sure you're subscribed to Patrick Smith Show because
I can't see that.
of force in Minnesota, and they just filed an emergency motion with the court. And this first affidavit is coming from this woman who you might have seen in the original angle who filmed it all. She says she arrived and she saw ICE agents surrounding cars and punching car windows, but she also noticed a man sort of helping traffic move more smoothly. That was Alex, the man murdered by ICE. She said both her and Alex were recording the ICE agents. They approached them and told them to back up. She did, but he stayed in the street filming them. He was only holding his phone filming them. He did not hold a firearm or reach for a firearm. She said she watched them throw Alex to the ground and that he wasn't resisting and they shot him anyway. She also debunked a statement from the Department of Homeland Security saying he did not approach anybody with a firearm. Plaintiffs in the case have also added a declaration from a pediatrician who sought to administer aid to Alex Preddy after he was shot, but according to this pediatrician, ICE would not let him, and after begging them, they eventually did, and when he got there, they appeared to be counting his bullet wounds. I mean, that is horrifying. Counting bullet wounds instead of administering aid, or at least allowing people to come through to administer aid. That's what ICE is doing.
This has got to stop. It's not that we have an issue with immigration, and it's not that we disagree that illegal immigrants should be deported with due process, but that is a surgical operation that needs to be done with a scalpel. But yet again, our boss has sent in with a bedazzled chainsaw to do the job. ICE is a federal agency. I fully recognize that. However, they lost trust. They lost Minnesota's trust the moment they stepped in our state. When they started killing people, they started trampling on everybody's rights. Everybody deserves dignity and respect. And we have fallen far from what made America great. You know what made America great? Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, your wretched refuse yearning to breathe free. That's when America was great again. And we need to go back to that.
White boy on here getting ate the fuck up. I'm not going to stitch him because I'm not going to bring engagement to his account. But he's like, Black Americans, you guys know that, like, you won't fight ICE. But, like, they're coming for you, too. It's like you guys were just born this second. It's like you just woke up. Now that one of yours got shot in the face by ICE, all of a sudden it's, oh my God, you guys are never going to believe what ICE is doing. We told you guys this for the election. We talked about it. It was said many, many times over. Up to and including the point that myself, right, is a very racially ambiguous looking Black person. The day Kankles McTaco Tits got elected for the second time, my uncle and I sat down and made a safety plan. We have safety plans in my family about what you do if ICE decides to detain you, about what you do if the police try to talk to you. I had my first sit down and instruction on how to deal with the police when I was a child. I was probably 5 years old and I knew how to manage a confrontation with the police. We have always been under attack here. It has never stopped. It has never been different. We have always had to deal with that, up to and including the fact that at 40 years old, as a 40-year-old woman who has never voted for him, not fucking once, who has stood against him since the day he opened his fucking mouth and said he was going to run, I had to sit down after that election and talk about a safety plan with my family on what I would fucking do if I was illegally prosecuted in the country that I was born and raised in. So who's not getting it? Who is it not clicking for? Because those of us, the 92% who literally fucking voted against this, it seems that we understood what was coming. We understood what it meant. We don't have to protest in the street right now because we already did what we were supposed to do.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the young Merv, the cut man. I appreciate the 999 telling them the first determination of persons in the Constitution pertaining to the Constitution was made in 1856, not with Trump. So it's been a thing forever. Of course, it's been a thing forever. I appreciate you, Young. Of course, they got to go look at the Constitution. They keep saying the Constitution doesn't apply to everybody, even illegals. Yes, it does. It applies to every person that puts foot on U.S. soil. It applies to every person. I appreciate that, sir. I appreciate that.
We're here. We're here. Shut that shit down. We're here. We're here. Shut that shit down. Who's on the ground? We're here.
So over the last few weeks, I've kept my head down and focused just on supporting our school district, our families, our students, our staff. But as of this week, 4 of our students have.
See, I'm not going to argue with the goofy. I'm not going to argue with you. Go look up the Constitution, the 5th and I think it's the 14th Amendment. Go look them up. Nobody needs to tell you about that. Go look them up. See what it says. You don't need to. This is something that we don't even need to argue about. Man, that's fucked up. That you got to argue. Yes, 92%. I'm a part of the 92%. She's a part of the 92%. It's the rest of you retards that don't get it.
Been apprehended and taken away by masked and armed ICE agents with no identifying badges. So we decided it was time to speak up and share what's actually going on. The onslaught of ICE activity in our community is inducing trauma and is taking a toll on our children, taking a toll on our families, our staff, our community members. The young boy Liam and his father, who were taken yesterday, have the documentation. I saw it with my own eyes when I visited the home.
Liam and his dad did enter the United States at a port of entry to seek asylum through the CBP One app at the Brownsville border crossing. So they did
Yes, definitely another liberal crying. Another liberal. Unfortunately, we're not crying anymore. We understand that you have a shitty president. Unfortunately, it's only a matter of time before he gets kicked out. But in the meantime, he's embarrassing even all of you. So we're not crying at all. Not at all.
everything right when they came in. They used the app, they made an appointment, they came to the border and presented themselves to Customs and Border Patrol. They've shared all of their information with the government, and they were following the process.
The school district here is alleging ICE agents to take a 5-year-old after preschool on Tuesday. Are you proud of how your administration is conducting this immigration crackdown?
Well, I'm proud of the fact that we're standing behind law enforcement, and I'm proud of the fact that we're enforcing the country's laws. The 5-year-old was not arrested. His dad was an illegal alien, and then when they went to arrest his illegal alien father, the father ran. So the story is that ICE detained a 5-year-old. Well, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to let a 5-year-old child freeze to death? Are they not supposed to arrest an illegal alien in the United States of America? If the argument is that you can't arrest people who have violated our laws because they have children, then every single parent is going to be completely given immunity from ever being the subject of law enforcement. That doesn't make any sense. No one thinks that makes any sense.
He was peaceful and well within his rights to hold his camera and record what federal agents were doing. When he was attacked, he was pepper sprayed at point blank range, and then he was tackled by 5 or 6 federal agents. They then disarmed him of something that he was carrying legally with a license, and only then, after he was disarmed with 5 or 6 people on top of him getting, I don't know, pistol whipped or hit with maybe a can of OC spray, it was only then, when he had his face towards the ground and multiple people on top of him, that he was executed. But he wasn't just executed. They kept firing after he was clearly limp After he was clearly lifeless, they kept dumping rounds into his body as he was face down, stone cold dead. You've seen the videos. You've heard the videos. You heard how long it was between the first shot, which might have been an accidental discharge by the very person who disarmed that man, and the amount of time between the last shot. When everybody else had already cleared away, they kept shooting. The Department of Homeland Security, Stephen Miller, the White House are branding this man a terrorist. Alex Preddy was a patriot, doing his patriotic duty. He was an ICU nurse who served veterans, critically ill veterans. He was murdered by cowards who, if they had done this in a combat zone, wearing a U.S. military uniform, they'd be court-martialed and they'd spend the rest of their lives in jail. It is not enough to...
And I'm pretty sure that these ones may just be on their way to jail for killing an innocent man.
Simply abolish ICE. We need to prosecute ICE. Every one of these masked thugs need to be prosecuted. You see, the White House, Pam Bondi and the DOJ, they're getting cute, saying they're going to use the KKK Act to prosecute peaceful protesters. Well, you know what? The KKK Act, it includes provisions about how even if a federal agent is acting within the color of law to strip someone of their civil rights, they can be prosecuted under the KKK Act. So, you want to talk about the KKK Act? Let's talk about it, because this is what we're going to be using. This is what the next administration needs to use to prosecute not just ICE, but everyone at Department of Homeland Security and everyone at DOJ who is enabling the stripping of civil rights and the murder of Americans and immigrants. Because you know what? If you're on American soil, the American Constitution protects you. You don't have to be born here. It's called the rule of law. We are supposed to be a nation based in laws. That is what the Constitution is.
With due process for every person that steps foot on this land. That's what he's saying.
Look, I understand that you might be scared, terrified, exhausted right now, and that's okay, because you're human. But let me share a hard truth with you. Things are going to get a lot worse before they get better. And the only way that they're ever going to get better is if more people step up and fight. And that doesn't necessarily mean going out and confronting ICE in the street. Doesn't necessarily mean protesting. If you have the resources to give to soup kitchens and pantries that are distributing food and necessary supplies to terrified families in Minnesota right now. If you have nothing else but the phone in your hand right now that you're using to watch this video, please engage in videos that talk about this. Just simply showing the algorithm that this is important, that people care about this, that people want justice, that is not nothing. You are participating in a real resistance. If you are planning to go out and observe ICE, I want you to do me a favor, and if you have the resources to do this, please buy yourself a body cam or a GoPro, something that you can wear so that you can keep both of your hands free as you observe them. As you've seen in a bunch of videos, when you get pepper sprayed, if you're trying to take care of your phone before they tackle you, like, you're in for some trouble. I know not everybody has the money to spend a few $100 on something like a GoPro and a chest harness to wear it on. But if you have these resources and you're going to do that, that will help you at least a little bit. If you are going to carry, never carry behind you. If you're going to carry, make sure that you are taking courses, self-defense classes that will teach you how to responsibly handle this type of equipment. And just keep in mind that these maniacs, these ICE thugs, are looking for any reason, any excuse to murder more Americans. So if you are going to be armed, please know that if they can put their hands on you at any point, for any reason, that could be a death sentence. Not one that you deserve, but one that they will try to impose on you.
So we got people getting murked. Apparently all across the country. It's just very visible in Minnesota. So be careful out there. If you're going to protest civilly, protest quietly. But then again, you can be not doing anything like this guy and end up getting murked. So All I'm saying is I ain't going outside. I ain't protesting for nobody. That's how you lose your life, apparently. Going to protest is how you lose your life these days. It's gonna get to a point where we're done. It's gonna get to the point where we're done. Who knows what the point is? Maybe they got to start breaking off babies. Who knows? But it's gonna come to the point, because that's all it's gonna take is a couple more of them girls. Who's done? I don't know who's done. I don't know what's going on. That's a fight that white America has to fight with the other side of white America. Y'all got to fight this shit out, because we ain't coming outside. We ain't coming outside. We just gonna sit and watch, because we already been there. We been there. We done that. Black folk been there and done that. So we support whoever goes outside. You all hit the like, share, and subscribe. We have content like this every day. I'll be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. We will start the day over with. Let's hope we don't hear about any deaths tomorrow. Let's hope we don't hear anything wild tomorrow. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. He says, nah, damn. What'd he say? Nah, damn. He wasn't fighting ICE. Damn, you dumb and racist. You see the goofy shit I have in my chat? I'm going to give you grace, though. I'm going to give you grace, you piece of shit. I'm going to give you grace, though. I'm giving you grace. Trash.